interact. And here we are. Thanks for joining us tonight, guys. We absolutely appreciate it. Thanks for joining us tonight on another episode of Slot Car Weekly.
Hey guys, welcome along.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining us tonight. Boy, do we got a lot of cool stuff to go over. I feel like I won the tech lottery today. All right. But before we get a little crazy tonight, let's see who's in the house. Bo's in the
Well,
house. Thanks for joining us, Bo. We appreciate it, brother. Good seeing you.
cheers,
Absolutely
Bo.
appreciate you being here. 100%. Thanks, brother. I appreciate it. There's Slightly Mad Slot Cars. Thanks, guys. I absolutely appreciate you being here. I
Thanks, Bo.
really enjoyed your tire tour, little tire tour thing you did today, or whenever it was. I watched it today.
Yeah,
Fantastic. I shared, like I said, I shared it. I think I found it very, very cool. Very
yeah,
cool. Not everybody has an expensive tire touring machine, and I thought this was absolutely fantastic because you don't need anything other than just the basically, if you want to call it hobby tools that you used. Fantastic. Great
yeah.
job, guys. Fantastic.
100% agree there. Yeah.
There's Robert Fish is in the house. Thanks for joining us, Robert. I appreciate it.
Hey, Robert.
And
Clearwater 124. Hello, Greg.
of course,
Welcome
Greg's in the
on.
house. Thanks for joining us, Greg. No drama. Thanks for joining us, brother. I appreciate it. Welcome.
Hey, no drama. Welcome along.
Toju's in the house. Todd.
Hey,
Metal,
Todd.
brother. Metal.
Yeah.
Thanks for
Metal.
joining us.
Green.
Appreciate it. There we go. Metal to one and all.
Oh, Easy E. Welcome along.
Here's Easy's
He's
in
in
the
the house.
house. Thanks for joining us,
Welcome
brother.
along.
I appreciate it. Hope everything's going good with you.
Maybe so two of you
Fantastic.
guys are just the dad, or have you got dad and son together, possibly? Who else have we got?
Greg, easy, no drama. Dennis Osborne's in the house. Oh, here's De Leon. Here's his this is obviously the new name for the channel. Welcome, brother. I
Ah,
appreciate it. Anybody who hasn't subscribed to him, please make sure you do so. And of course, if you're blue, you can simply do that by just clicking on his thumbnail, and that'll take you directly to his page. Subscribe and come right back. Do it now, guys. Do it now.
so
All
hi,
right.
Dennis.
Remember,
Hi,
if you're
the Hobby Garage. Okay.
remember if you're blue, you're part of the blue crew. So that means if you're called upon to hit the subscribe button, that's what you do. That's why you're blue. Thanks for joining us on the blue crew. I appreciate it, guys. That gets everything out super fast right away. And well, let's hit up Colt on the blue crew, guys. If you're blue, hit up Colt's thumbnail.
Hi, hi, Colt. Welcome along.
Welcome, brother. Appreciate it. Hope
And we
the
have
Hot
Ron.
Wheels
Ron here as
collection's.
well today. So Fast Speedway. Hello, Ron. Welcome along.
Yeah, Ron's here. Guys, do the same. Blue crew was slightly mad. If you're blue and you're here, please hit slightly mad slot cars. Hit them up, guys.
Hit up
Do the
Fox and
same for
Wool.
Dennis Osborne. Dennis, thanks for joining us, brother. Wow, busy night tonight. Thanks, guys. I know I'm talking like crazy, but I got a lot to go over tonight, so we got to get through this. And I want to say hi to each and every one of you because you're all special to me. Absolutely. And this is no after school special. This is no after school special. You're all special in your own way. Your mom's probably told you at least once. Awesome.
Welcome along, Susan.
Susan's here. Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
I
Cool.
believe this is
Easy E. Is it mom or sister?
one of the
We'll
two.
find out in a minute.
Dun, 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 dun. We'll get it right. Got to get it right. It's not a big deal. We'll get it right. Cool. So fast. So fast is in the house.
It's Mom. Easy E's mom.
Easy's mom. All right. Very good. Welcome,
Welcome,
Susan. Thank
Mom.
you. Thanks for joining us.
Or maybe Colt's mom. Find out.
No, it's Colt's mom.
Colt's mom. Yeah. Okay, we got you.
Okay. All right. So, Easy's mama. Oh, okay. All right. So we got her now. We got her. We got her going on. Maybe we'll get it straight. That's okay. We can get it figured out. Very good.
Okay, so we have the deal on hobby. Isn't that Rob? Yeah. Am I right in saying that's Rob? He says he's a special snowflake.
Who did?
Dion Slacker Guy.
Oh, I'm a
Special
special
snowflake.
snowflake.
You're special.
Oh my gosh. All right, special snowflake. Yee-hoo. Hey, how's the drag strip going, brother? Fantastic. Okay, so great stuff happened today for me, folks, and as usual, we'll share it up here a little bit, and we'll see what you guys think, and then we'll move on to slot car stuff. So, so you ask the usual questions. Sorry, guys, I'm just like my brain's on fire right now. Woo! So the question would be, what's on my bench? Well,
coffee.
Let me see if I can show you guys what's on my bench.
Pepsi. Come on, we need to know what's on your
Here
bench.
it comes. Here it comes. Hang on. I gotta join. Once I join, hang on.
It's a screwdriver.
Oh, it's making me put my name in like it doesn't know who I am.
Oh, we're going to find out your real name now.
Oh my God. Oh, you're right. I shouldn't have put it in there. Damn it. Well, where is it? Come on now. Oh, there we go. Oh, hang on.
Sorry, guys. He's only doing this a couple of weeks. He'll get better.
Okay. So
I've got an echo. Remove that phone.
Oh, hang on. I got it. Oh. Okay, here.
It's only a little echo. It's like those psychedelic CB microphones we used to have back in the day.
That's right. Okay, guys. So, this is what I was doing today.
Speak a bit louder, Dan, if you can.
So this is what I was doing today.
Oh, wow. What is that?
It is...
You haven't taken up...
A1 by Bamboo.
Tell us the name of it again, Dan.
Bamboo.
And what's the model number?
A1.
The A1. Super. Super stuff. And is that for embroidery, yeah?
No, sir. Hang on a second.
Yeah, let's get back. Let's get back.
It's driving me crazy. I figured this out at a later date. Oh my gosh. Yeah. There we go. All right. Done. Nope. Got a kick. Got a kick.
Machine, Dan. Congratulations.
Sorry, guys. Had to kick the speaker there. So, for those of you who aren't sure what was happening there, that's the new Bamboo A1 3D printer. They're having this absolutely crazy Black Friday sale. So I picked myself up one. So we'll see how that goes in the future. Oh, Slot Car Daddy's in the house. Thanks for joining us. I appreciate it.
Hi,
Welcome.
Ted. Welcome along.
So, yeah, it's stuff like this, 3D printing the guardrails. I have a few slot car related things I'd like to print. Um, of course, I am a human being, so of course I have to print the Iron Man helmet. And it's already squared up and ready to roll. I
So is
just
that,
need
is
I
that
just
your
need
priority?
elements. So
Is your priority the Iron Man helmet? Yeah.
yeah, brother. So
Okay.
here's the first off, let me just say hi to Chris. Thanks for joining us tonight, Chris. Um so I get it. I set it up. I'm all excited. I'm ready. I'm good to go. It's set up. I turned it on. It's making noises. Everything's working the way it's supposed to. And I realize they give me this much filament to make something with. Guys, this is 20 grams of filament, okay? I
You can,
buy more weed at a time than this, okay? 28
you can,
grams an ounce. That's how much weed I buy at a time. It comes in more than the filament package.
you can,
Crazy.
Dan, you could print a button with that.
I couldn't even load this in, bro. It would suck it all up, and then they'd be like, "Okay, well, what's behind now? What's behind? You filled the nozzle, you know, like oh my gosh." So I was all ready to go. Everything was great. I had Robert Fish was critiquing. No, I shouldn't say critiquing. He was just sort of watching in the background what was going on, and you seen it looks fantastic sitting over there in the corner. Looks great. Got it lit up. Nice light over it. Looks all clean. Set up the area. It's all clean. And then yeah, I realized I guess the amount of filament they give me is just to show me how thick it is, how round it is, how white it is. I don't know.
But they
But
think
what I
they'd give you
do
enough. Do you think they'd give you enough just to get one thing printed? You know, like one complete
right,
small item, something.
right. Like the Benchy. And for anybody who doesn't know what the Benchy is the benchmark. It's a little boat, a little tugboat that you print off, and it has different overhangs and different kinds of corners and stuff. It's basically the benchmark for setting up the printer. So if you can print this off the way it should look, then your printer's working just fine. So I can't even do that with this, and that's the first thing they already have preloaded for you to do, and I can't do that. So
That's
I have to
organized.
wait. So what I had to do was order filament. Now I know this isn't a show about the A1 printer, so we're gonna get off of this momentarily. But um, I would like to say I am extremely impressed, 100% impressed. I was told that this was going to be a nightmare to use, and there's going to be many problems. But I can tell you right now, guys, if you are wanting to take the leap into getting a 3D printer, have a look at Bamboo Labs. Right now, they have the most incredible deal. That is the only reason why I bought it. The only reason. It is the incredible deal and how incredibly easy it is. It is
Yeah.
so easy. It is absolutely plug and play, and it's not the nightmare that people used to have to deal with.
Mm.
Bamboo Labs made it way easy. They made it completely push the play button.
Who are Bamboo Labs? Are they an American company or a Canadian
No,
company?
they're Chinese,
Chinese.
but they have distributors in both Canada and the United States. My machine came from a Canadian warehouse. It didn't come from China. I actually got my printer in 2 days.
Oh, that's quick. Yeah, that's very quick.
2 days.
Is it
So
heavy? It looks like a rather big box it arrived in.
right, and when it showed up, I was like, "Oh my gosh!" And of course, both my dogs are in the front window, just going crazy. I'm gonna eat that guy. Ah! And I'm
Yeah.
thinking, okay, so this is how the video was gonna go, right? I literally was gonna make a video of me like waiting for it, and then I had to go to the bathroom, and then I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna bother because there's no possible way that when I go to take a shower, the thing's going to arrive, right? Of
Yeah.
course, I'm just soaked, just get lathered up on the shampoo, man, and both my dogs just erupt. And I know only way they bark like that is somebody standing on my front stairs.
Yeah, and a
And
stranger.
I knew only thing coming today was
Yeah.
So immediately out of the shower, both
Sure,
boys are
you're
like,
jumping around in your birthday suit, going,
right?
"Oh,
Yeah,
my printer,
yeah.
my printer!"
I'm literally running around and I'm like, oh my gosh, all the windows are open because, like I said, I'm like, I'm just going to take a quick shower, man.
Yeah.
There's no
And then I
possible way it'll
suppose
get
in the back of your mind, you're probably thinking, "Oh, please don't go back to the van. We need time to
unbelievable,
get
right?
dressed."
And I'm no, this is what I'm thinking, bro.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, do I have to sign for this? And is he going to leave a card and I'm going to have to go pick it up somewhere? That's unacceptable.
Yeah.
So then
Yeah.
I'm running into the living room with the towel wrapped around me very haphazardly. And I'm just making sure that this guy's not getting in the truck with my box in his hand. So I look and I'm like, okay, the box is at the stairs. Then I just went back doing what I was doing, getting ready. And holy mackerel. So that's my day, guys. That is what's on my bench today. Oh my gosh.
We have a couple of guys popped in while you were chatting away there. We've Clint Talbot, welcome along. And we've Radman, 1986. Radman, 1986. He's back up
Oh,
there.
Radman. Yeah, Radman. Hey, brother. Good to see you again. Awesome. It's been a while. Very good. Yeah. And yeah,
Thank you for the subscription to your channel. Thank you.
we do have HO. Me and Robert Fish do the HO on Fridays, every second Friday too. So, Radman, I know you might be interested in that as well. So,
As a Radman, a HO guy, yeah?
I do believe Radman is the one of the HO guys. He's been following me for quite a while now. I do believe. I could be wrong, of course, but I do believe I'm right. Bamboo is a great printer. Yeah, absolutely. And we do have our guest number 3 is in the house, fresh from chasing Bambi around the bush. It is
now Dan is going to be asked a lot of questions about 3D printers.
All right, here we go. Oh, wait a sec.
It's me, Joe. Joe. Hey, Joe.
What's happening, guys? Everybody can hear me okay?
Awesome.
Perfect.
Yeah, we can hear you good. Thanks for joining us, Joe.
Thank you.
Of course, everybody knows Joe from, the awesomeness that he is. Carrera. And once again, my Blue Crew. Joe, you're a member of the Blue Crew too. So if we do a Blue Crew call, that means we all go to that thumbnail for the person in our comment section and we all subscribe to him.
Awesome.
Yeah. Awesome. Just an easy way for everybody just to click and go and be right back.
Absolutely.
All right, guys. So I was just explaining what was on my bench this week. I don't know if you caught any of that.
No, sorry. I got home and Jen needed help with the dog. His ears, he was really scratching his ears. We have to clean his ears out. So it was like, that was, trying to hold down an 80-pound dog is always fun and a challenge in itself.
Right.
And then, so she had some dinner for me and we were just talking about some stuff. She's out the door. She has her appointments and that's it. So sorry, I didn't catch what was going on.
Very good, brother. Yeah. Help from his dogs as well today.
Yeah.
What happened with your dog?
Oh, my printer came today. The Bamboo A1.
Oh, nice. No, but Harry said something about your dog. Something happened with your dog.
Oh yeah. No, the delivery guy dropped it off, and they went completely crazy. Of course, the delivery guy comes when I do that quick moment that you're like, I'm just gonna take a quick shower. There's no possible way they'll come while I'm in the shower. And then, of course, like I was saying, I just got lathered up, man, and ding dong. And then both my boys are like.
We have this daredevil squirrel that comes to the patio window, and Riker will just get up and push the patio door. One of these days he's gonna, and I get so mad at him because I'm like, no, stop hitting the door. And she doesn't care. So I push him to the side. I open the door. I give him a little marshmallow, and she'll come right at the door, and she's looking at the dog like, what are you gonna do about it, bud? It's the funniest thing, and the dog's just like, "I want to kill you," and it's just
Yeah, right on.
And the squirrel's going, "Hey, I'm getting a treat. I don't care."
exactly. Because
Yeah.
I do the dog training, Jen does the squirrel training. It makes no sense. It makes no sense.
So I was just telling everyone about some of the few things that I already have planned on printing. Of course, being that we're all guys and we like action heroes, I'm printing the Iron Man helmet.
Nice.
Yeah, of course, I got to do the benchy. But I was saying, Joe, before you got here, that this is all the filament they gave me.
Oh, okay.
So I can't do anything with this, and I didn't. They make it sound like there's gonna supply. Maybe I was thinking a little too deep into it, but maybe they did say sample, and maybe this is their sample. But I was expecting like to be able to at least print the benchmark, the benchy.
Yeah, you should be able to do that. There's enough in there for that.
Is there really? It's only 20 grams, bro.
You should be able to, with 20 grams, and I mean, the guys who are 3D printing, correct me if I'm wrong, just because I'm always around surrounded by 3D printers and I 3D print at work, you should be able to build like a mouse, something as big as a mouse, right?
That was my surprise, my extra gift was the internals for a mouse. And then they give you you basically 3D print the everything. And actually, I'll show you quickly.
Yeah, go ahead.
Makes sense. It's really cool.
Sorry, I got to turn off my snare because every time you guys talk, all I hear is meow.
Check out the text guy I just put up there. Check out the text.
Okay,
Hey,
so
no,
everybody who orders the
pick
printer,
up every vibration, even from your voice.
they get the bonus gift. It could be one of 3 different things.
Oh, very cool.
So this is the mouse, but it's not a mouse. It's just the innards. The innards for a mouse.
Oh, so you got to print the mouse.
Right.
Nice.
Cool, hey?
Maybe that's why they gave you the little bit of filament, is to print your mouse.
There you go.
Yeah, so they give you this. Everybody gets a free.
That was the craziest analogy I think I've ever done live or at any time in my life, where I said, "You should have enough." And I looked around my desk and I said, "What? I had a cup here. I had some tires. I have a HO car sitting here. I could have said any of those. I chose a mouse." And you show and say, "Oh yeah, they actually sent me." Like, what are the odds? That's the weirdest thing, the weirdest synchronicity. What did I just drop?
And it's a nice looking mouse too. It's a lot better than the one I'm currently using. Like, which one would you rather use?
Oh yeah, that's a good
the 1992 model.
Right? Yeah. Right. I think I paid like $5 for this one, but it's a Logitech, so at least it'll work.
Oh, Logitechs are the best.
Yeah,
that stuff.
It's probably why I still got it. It won't stop working.
They don't die. They don't die. Logitech. You can build a house with a Logitech mouse.
I like the corded ones for gaming because that way you never have to worry about sketchy battery action.
Yep.
But that's just me personally. And they come with this cool little thing here of all the different colors.
Oh, right on. Right on.
This what's the colors?
I was gonna check my 3D. Oh, nice. They give you the swabs too.
All of them. Yeah, this is all of their colors. Yep.
Dan, explain to me about the colors. What am I looking at?
Oh, these are just every color you see here, Harry. This is a filament color.
It's like a dye, is it? It dyes the.
So you see this white filament here?
Yeah.
This is it. This is one of these whites over here.
Oh, so you can pick a color you want, tell them what code number it is, and then you get.
Yeah, well, at least, yeah, well, I don't know if it's
not
code necessarily, but at least you know what's available.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Okay. So when you go online, and Pete from Show Me Slot Cards, he sent me to Amazon to buy Ulusu. I'm new to it, so I sound like a nut job, but
Ulusu. No. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
You sound like
I told myself to go upstairs and look at the name of the printer that I got sent to me, to maybe take some pictures so we could talk about it. And you think I know the name of the printer I have? It's just collecting dust. And
Did you get it running yet, Joe?
No, I didn't even look at it. I know where it's broken. Dude, I have no time.
I see. No. Yeah. Yeah, they're very busy little machines. I mean, the bamboo one that I got, it's very intricate, but all I had to do was just put the put the top part onto the bed.
Mhm.
So it's not as if I had to do any major stuff or anything like that. It probably took me about 20 minutes to put it together. And like I said, if I had enough filament, or I thought I did, which now I guess I do, I'll print the benchy. But I won't have filament for the next 2 days. I ordered it; it won't be here till Friday. So
Okay.
I ordered
But you don't seem phased at all about it. You seem to be very confident in it, in the printer. No
Well,
problems.
you see, the thing is, I'm already well ahead because with Bamboo, they give you Bamboo Studio, and in Bamboo Studio, they have, as you think of it, you put it in, and it
Yeah,
appears
it's an
different
encyclopedia
ways.
of everything you need to know.
Just
Okay,
like,
yeah.
just like right away, I found like I said, I found the Iron Man helmet that was free. Lots of other more useful things. This is something I'm just going to make for my nephew because I really don't think the helmet's going to fit my melon. But I do want to make one because, damn it, that's the thing that I've always wanted to do, was to make a superhero helmet, and it doesn't even matter which one. I even thought about doing Doctor Doom, because Doctor Doom will be coming out right away, or well, in the next year or so. So that would be kind of cool too. But this one guy that I've been following lately, he builds these whole entire Iron Man suits. So,
I've seen those. Those
but he
guys
did
are,
a breakdown of the price.
yeah,
Oh, they're
forget
not
it.
free.
Oh my
No,
god.
no, no. So
If
Dan,
we if we have time later, I kind of wanted to talk about costs of things and
yeah,
maybe how we can get a little
yeah,
little ahead of the game or whatnot. But I'm not. I have to psych myself up for that because it's a bit of a touchy subject.
well, yeah, it's a
But
rabbit
I
hole.
do want to bring up um, Nico's last. I don't know if you guys had a chance to watch Nico's last video with the heights with
Yeah,
yeah.
the front end
Adjusting
height.
the height of the axles, yeah.
I was blown away. Not even about that. Okay, I was blown away with the fact that he pulled up a car and he's like, yeah, whatever. It's the 3D printed chassis, and I was like, I had to pause the video and look
yeah,
at that chassis and be like, that is a very smooth chassis, and that looks like a very well designed chassis. Now, I
mhm,
don't know anything about 3D printing and slot cars yet, besides the stuff that I watch on Shotgun Dave and all that proxy stuff that they're doing, and the resin printing and the 3D printing that they're all getting into. But
mhm,
I always said if there was a way that we could recreate, um, Carrera cars, right, and get like these
yeah,
things are so close to being 3D printed, it's not even funny,
mhm,
then that would be something I think would motivate me even more to get into it. And actually, the now we're going to start thinking about innovating stuff. Right now, we can pre-build these chassis with the weights already in there. You'd be like, oh, okay, whatever. I need this weight. I need that weight. Or guess what? You just put an extra, either a clip for some lead, or you just say, okay, well, I need it to be heavier, so I'll just add more resin. Make it smoother. Make a nice transition from like the front of the chassis to the end of the chassis. Have a nice lift. I don't know
yeah.
anybody else in 3D printing. Greg, help me out here. You're Greg from Clearwater. I see you're here. Guys, slightly mad. How you doing, guys? Slot Craftmaster, great video. You guys are all doing 3D printing stuff. Like, how this is going to be a game changer, and I
Did
think
you see
eventually
what Greg was saying? Greg was saying he's a lot of trouble getting the scale right, so he had to reprint a lot of stuff to get the scale right. Where I think you're saying the master copy is not quite right, so he had to mess about to get it correct.
So the thing is now, and through work, right? And because I work with super nerds, right? All they're doing is automation, and they have a 3D print shop just to print prototypes before they
Yep.
go and get it metal printed, right? So it's like it's crazy. And now on your phone, you can literally take a picture of anything and render it in a 3D format.
Bamboo Labs allows you to use your phone like a scanner now. Yeah. All you need to do is put the object on a table and literally hold your phone and walk around the object. Bam.
It's amazing.
You know what I mean? Like,
So simple. Bamboo Labs
We're-
leads you right into it, bro. Right into it. It's not hard at all. Nope.
that's what I'm saying. I mean, like you can now reprint, and eventually we're gonna get down to the point where it's like, hey, because I have a few cracked chassis that I'd like to fix.
Mhm.
There's sort of hot glue on there, but I'm eventually down the line to be like, oh, if I ever broke them, the problem is going to be the bodies, because
Yeah.
Carrera doesn't sell their bodies cheap, right? But you can get a white kit of almost any, well, not any car. Okay, I'm talking
Mm-hmm.
out of my butt here, but you can get a white kit and then just, I don't know, like these chassis. Once we start printing them, they might not look as nice, but like we're going to be getting cars out there a lot quicker, or just modifying the chassis now of Carrera cars and
Yeah.
getting them lighter, getting them like competition ready almost.
I already have 2 sliced prints, one for Carrera 911 in 125 scale, and I think it was a Chevy truck S10 print, and it's already been it's ready to roll as well too. And there's I've done a whole bunch of research in finding out where and who's got car models to work off of.
Mm.
Oh boy, I am so hooked up, man. Me and Robert were laughing because I may not have filament right now, but my mind's already printing stuff, man. I've been printing stuff already for like 2 weeks straight, since I
Absolutely.
dropped the first message on Discord, like, I'm gonna end up buying this, guys. And I'm like, yeah, 2 weeks from now. And I'm like, oh no, end of the month. And then it's like 3 days later, I'm like, hey, guess what? I bought the A1. Hey, guess what? I forgot to buy filament.
That's all right. That's all right.
Yeah, I know. I'm on such a high, bro. I'm just like, it doesn't matter. It gives me 2 more days to find prints.
Oh my
And
God.
everyone's like, oh, the slicer, it's so hard slicing. No, bamboos. No. Auto supports. Yeah. What kind of support? What kind of infill? Oh yeah, it's all auto now. It's dudes, you don't even need to figure any of that out. It figures it out for you. Once you slice it, it even shows you the supports and everything. You don't have to do anything, man. Not at
Oh
all.
my God. Harry, you just subbed Craftmaster now? Good job.
Yeah.
Good job.
Sometimes I miss somebody, and it's grand. Like Dan was saying, you see them in the chat. Check the channel, see if you're subscribed. If you're not, bang the subscription button.
Right?
So, yeah.
Yeah, Mark Buck's in the house. Thanks for joining us, Mark. Oh, Doug Burbridge is here as well. Did it, Doug. I did it, brother. Yeah, we're in there.
Yeah, so Bo, he's like, the idea to get a Carrera body printed just to have it lighter than the next crash will break that one for sure. So there's 2 things to that, right? These prints, you can get rubberized filament, so we can mess with that. And yeah, we're not 100% there yet, but like these things are pretty solid. Like these things are pretty decent. And if you crack it, well, it'll cost you another 45 cents to print another one.
Right.
Like it's
and
not.
that's a good thing about sorry, Joe. That's a good thing about this machine. No. It'll actually tell you when you slice the print, and before you print it, it'll tell you how much your filament cost. The cost is. It'll tell you, of course, how much you're going to use, but it'll tell you how much it'll cost you to make this item. It's absolutely fantastic. It's great. It's great. I can't wait to it's great it's great so far. It's great so far. So, it's kind of like, you're running, you're the first person, you're going to win, and then all of a sudden
you're seriously excited about this.
And then all of a sudden you're like, "Oh shit, my lace isn't tied," and you bend over to tie your lace and everybody runs by you, right? That's kind of like me. It's like, "Yay, dummy, you forgot the filament." Oh well. Like you can tell, like, oh, I'm really sad about it. Woo! I'm just
great, Dan. I'm sure you'll be going crazy.
I'll just count the splotches over and over again. Oh, these look cool.
But you can. The thing is, you'll have a couple of days to make loads of plans and think about what you're going to print, and like.
Oh yeah, I got like 100 stuff already in file, man. Yeah, like RoboCop, and I got Back to the Future, Time Machine, and so yeah, should have been a slot car body. Would have been good. I've got already a few slot car bodies on the go, so that's all good. Slot Craftmaster, thanks for joining us, brother. Fantastic video, for sure. You're right. Doesn't really affect too many of us heavily, but it's nice. I like the reviews like that. Some of my best videos too, by the way. They're the ones that are always doing the best month after month. And these are the types of videos that will always be popular. So that's fantastic job, man. Great work. Great work.
Dan, I'll have to get you to print a few of these bodies for me.
Oh yes, bro. Like I was saying, I'm gonna print a few of these too.
Do you know?
Because
Yeah, well, that's actually one. That's a Star Wars figure. That's one of the original, very old ones. It's the princess one, but
yeah.
it actually fits. I think it's around a 1/24 scale because it fits perfect. Or sorry, it's about a 1/18 scale because it fits perfect with my 1/18 scale crawlers. And I have this lying around in various different boxes for the last 20 years. You know, yeah, I love that. I seen that way back, and I thought it was
The
very good.
evolution of facial hair.
Yeah, we've got Dan and then me,
That's
Yo.
awesome. All right. Yeah, I have to agree. Biggest was scale. And you know what, Greg? Now, Bamboo Studios, the scale button, it scales automatically for you. You move one value and everything else moves with it. So it's literally like you hit the scale button, you go a little bigger, you go a little smaller. Of course, right away I tried to make the Iron Man helmet just a little bit bigger, but apparently they already had it as big as it would go because I'm worried it won't fit my head. But it's not even really for me, anyways. I just want it to fit my head so I could say, yeah, I had it on.
I'll have to Google this Iron Man helmet because I've never seen an Iron Man movie. I don't know anything about them.
Yeah, Tinkercad was one of them. I have a whole list now. I have like a list of 20 of them, starting with like Thingiverse and going all the way down to Maker World and, of course, Bamboo Studios. So, yeah, fantastic.
What's Tinkercad?
Tinkercad, that's just a program where you can get that.
Ah,
Yeah, it's a life size Iron Man helmet. It's the real deal. Yeah.
okay. Iron
Bamboo
Man.
Lab software is very it is. It's plug and play. It's they're keeping it really simple. They've done a really good job. I can tell you right now, Bamboo Labs will corner the market really fast. Um,
I
not to
couldn't even
mention,
get my vacuum
you
printer
know,
working now.
I look at videos for the A1, the Bamboo A1. That's the machine that I bought, and almost every single video I seen, Bamboo sent these people all these printers, all of them. Almost nobody I seen a video for had bought their own A1 printer. Bamboo sent it to all of these creators. Now you're saying how many? I could tell you right now, more than 30 for free. Now, this is one of the things that I wanted to lead away from this printing machine at the moment, just for now, but lead into another segment, which is just as important. It's the same scenario, right? Um, it's just where am I? I just lost my brain here. Oh my gosh. Um, I'll come back to it in a second. While we're at it, let's go to Harry. What you got on the table, Harry?
Oh, I've been in Riga all day today. So I robbed some of these from the coffee machine for making fences.
Oh yeah.
As you do when you're in the bus station, you grab a big couple of fistfuls of these. Bought myself a little Christmas tree for the track,
There you go.
and that's it. Messing about. I'm sure the guy saw the post about this escort. So I've part one of that. I've part two of that to do. I'll start recording part two of that tomorrow. I'll do some crash testing tomorrow.
Crash. Oh yeah, right.
I'm gonna crash the ass out of it tomorrow.
That's funny.
If it
Awesome.
hadn't got bad wheels, it's definitely gonna have bad wheels after tomorrow.
Well, Daniel Thomas is in the house. So Joe, so those of us who aren't following Joe overly closely, and if you're not, you should be. And my main question to you would be, why not? Um,
Yes. Yes.
Joe's. Why don't you tell us about what you've been doing in the last little while, Joe? You've had some a pretty exciting weekend. Oh, can't hear you, Joe.
Turn your mic on, Joe.
Did I mute him? No, I didn't mute him. Oh,
Stop buying those cheap ass mics, Joe.
Oh. Yeah, I need to print some crash dummies. Yeah.
How's that?
Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
Awesome.
got you now, Joe.
Yeah, battery died. I had that one. That was one for the live, and I never put it back in the charger. These mics are phenomenal, by the way. Like you saw how fast that was, just to clip one on, clip one off.
Yeah.
The Lark 2s, the ones that were recommended to me by Raul. I am not
those are
sponsored
nice.
by any means. It comes with a little case. You can't see it now, but the so this is just a charging case here.
Mhm.
Nice, rock solid. Tells you how much battery life. Sorry, the mirror
Cool.
thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
on the
Tells you how much
box.
battery life. And this, you plug this in, and this charges fully. Comes with a bunch of adapters for your phone, which sold me. So you have the iPhone adapter, and you have the regular Android adapter. So you're now your phone. You can plug these up to your phone. It comes with like these cords, these lanyards, so you can have it over anybody who doesn't want to pin it onto their to their shirt.
Yeah, is it an actual pin, Joe, that you pin onto your t-shirt?
It's magnet. Everything's magnet.
Because I saw you doing something like this, and I thought, is that a magnet?
Well, the magnet is right behind. Sorry,
Yeah,
sorry
cool.
if you guys
It's behind it. Yeah, great idea.
And
Excellent.
All right.
the magnet even comes with stickers. You can put stickers, so you don't have to have that logo, or you can print your own sticker, like your logo or something. And then there's a button for noise cancellation, and comes with a little dead cat. So if ever it's windy, you can just put it on there. It looks kind of dumb though, but I mean, whatever.
Yeah, people be going, excuse me, there's an insect on your t-shirt.
Exactly. But I can't really show you, but there's just a little unit that comes that you is wireless as well. So if you're like on a camera, you can just plug it into the camera, it goes direct. Right now it's plugged into my computer with a USB, but it's half the size of this HO. It's just like, it looks like HO without wheels, a little tiny thing, and it comes with a clip and comes with other clips as well. These little like pinchy clips too. Like for what you get for under $200 Canadian is mind blowing. Is boggles.
Yeah.
And it connects 1 2 3 to your computer. Everything, didn't have to download any drivers. Really great. Sorry, I had to just let people know, and because I was about to buy the Rode for like $400, and Raul's like, "Don't do that." And he showed me this. Anyways, Jen and I went hunting on the weekend.
Yeah.
Jen caught her second deer out of her career. Opening day, so I'm really proud of her. And we go back Friday. I'm meeting up with my cousin. My cousin from Toronto's coming in, and he hunts with us. And we'll be 3 for a couple of days. Jen's only taking the weekend. I'm going for the full week. And that's it. So there will not be a Monday night madness. I forgot to mention that in the last live. So there won't be. I'll try to do a remote thing, but it just I don't think that's going to happen. I think Allison's working anyways. And that's it. I mean, I've got the on my actual bench, I've got M1s that I'm working on to clean up a little bit and get them running. I want Jen and I to experience these M1s. I think I'm probably just going to take out the magnets straight off the bat. I've been really enjoying this magless racing.
Right on.
What company makes that particular M1, Joe? Is that a Carrera M1?
Sorry, yeah. This is a Carrera one.
Oh, man, before. That must be one of the older ones, is it?
Yeah. I got this off Raul. Like, I saw this, I'm like, I want this right now.
Yeah,
really cool. Yeah,
that's the poo car.
Yeah. And I got the which was funny because I got this off Warren, and this is the one. This is actually MP's car.
I like that.
And what I love about Pastani is that people don't maybe not make this connection. I don't know if it's gonna get my face out of there. Focus.
Yeah, you got
her. On the car, the detail is all audio equipment. It's like a blueprint for the audio stuff, which I thought was really cool. There's like an amplifier on here. There's like a filter. And I noticed that right away. And I'm like, oh, this is, I mean, you guys can't see it now, but it's part of my studio. So when I saw this car, I was like, oh, I have to have it.
Yeah, awesome. Very cool looking cars, both of them.
Yeah,
no kidding.
And I got my 124s coming.
Ooh.
That's coming in next week. So
is that your first 124th?
It'll be technically my second and third.
Okay. Technically my first. You got one off Nico, didn't you?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh my god, I almost forgot about that. Yeah, but I'm talking about the Carrera ones. Yeah. The one I got off Nico. Yeah, that was my first one. So
I remember when I opened my first. When I opened my first 124, which was this one. Oh, and I remember the minute I opened the box, I looked and just went, wow. I mean, they're fabulous. The size of them, the detail, it's really great.
Oh, it really,
And no magnet racing, great fun.
yeah, it'd be interesting to see what the 3D printing could do for that as well. And then,
Anybody is wondering what the Iron Man helmet looks like, this is what it looks like.
Yeah, give us a look.
yeah,
There's it broken down into the pieces, and
okay.
there it is when it's built.
are you gonna put LED lights in it and all that?
Yeah. Yeah, it's.
Do you know that mask reminds me of a movie I seen, a black and white movie years ago called, I think it was called The Day the World Ended, and an alien spaceship came out, and there was a robot guy, and his head looked the very same as that helmet. I'm going back to, I think it was 1960s movie or something like that. It was a long time ago.
Well, you guys are gonna have to catch me up on all the Marvel stuff because Jen and I are canceling as of November 24th. We are canceling Disney. So
Irene just kept finding free monthly deals of it.
Oh yeah,
yeah, all the time. I don't know where she gets them from, but she keeps we'll wait until like something good's coming out. So yeah. And don't forget,
we might do that because it was ridiculous the amount that they charged. It was an extra $30.
Yeah.
And I know like over the year it's not a big deal, but it started out at 102 and then for some reason it went up to 120 and then now they jumped another $30. It's like 159 a year and I'm like, no, I'm done. Like that's it. Like you can't keep like I get it. It's yearly. What's $150 for the year? But it doesn't matter because you creep that up, that that adds up during the month because it's not just Disney, it's Amazon, it's Netflix, right? So I told her, I'm like, we're done with TV anyway. It's wintertime. There's no TV time. It's slot cars, board games.
Yeah.
Now that hunting's done, and we pick one or two providers, and that's it. Like forget it.
Well, yeah, like I said, don't pick Disney until you know for a fact, like if you want to watch the Acolyte series, or of course, if you want to see what happens to Grogu or what have you, then you subscribe or you get your free subscription right when that starts. You know what I mean? So that way you can take advantage of that, because otherwise you can't have a full subscription to Disney because it's just all stuff we've seen before. Totally cool stuff, of course, the Star Wars universe, the Avengers, everything you could think of, superhero, all that stuff, right? All the Disney stuff. But we've all, like, let's face it, we've seen most of that. So really what we need to see are the stuff that's still out to come or that's going to be added very near future. And let's not forget about the Tyson fight on Netflix on Friday. That's a freebie.
That's a crazy freebie.
Right. Netflix is completely smart and absolutely gonna win the day with this one. Absolutely.
We won't get that in Latvia. We've got this weird licensing law. We don't get loads of Netflix stuff. We get loads of Bollywood films.
So you need what you need is a what does he need?
I'm not getting one of those. It's too complicated for me.
Oh,
I know what
okay.
you're going to say. This thing where you disguise where you live. What's it called? I don't know.
An IP address changer.
You can get an IP address changer, or what I was thinking of getting, which I had set up for my dad, was to get like a Minix box, or you can get an NVIDIA box, and you basically install a program called, there's other programs out there, but because I'm old school, and some of you guys might know this, Kodi. You install Kodi. You still kind of need a VPN for certain things. You install Kodi, you download the codecs on there, and you just get everything. You just search what movie you want, whatever. And that was the part that I did that for a few years. I was like, oh, I want to watch this movie or this series, and you save it. But it was annoying because there was nothing. I needed the advertisements. I needed Netflix to tell me what's new and what's upcoming, because it was like, if you didn't know what you wanted to watch, it's like I have the internet at my fingertips, but I have no idea what I want to watch. So
right,
it was just one of those things, right?
Just jump in there, guys. Good night to Easy A had to head off, so good night to himself and possibly Colt as well. So.
And let me see.
How many rounds?
Somebody had asked me a question. The question was,
how many rounds? I don't know. 4?
Did you have to pay for that file? No, the Iron Man helmet file was free. If you want it, I'll send it to you as soon as I print it off to make sure it's fine. But that's my first sort of fun thing I'm going to print. Everything else has sort of a purpose at first. Like I'm going to print the toolbox that they tell you to print. I'm going to print the scraper they tell you to print. Of course, you start with the benchy, that kind of thing. So, And then the first thing I'll do, I guess I could send it to you whenever, but it's in Bamboo Labs in the Bamboo Studio. If you look through there, I think it's called Maker World. It'll be in Maker World, the Iron Man helmet. Just Google Iron Man helmet, and it'll just come up. Boom. That's all I did. Nothing
A
special.
VPN. That's what you use.
VPN. That's it. VPN. Yeah, I used to use NordVPN. VPN.
Yeah.
To
did you
get
find it work well?
I never use
American
one of those.
Netflix.
I won't use the VPN.
Sorry?
It's easy to use,
Yeah.
Harry. You just sign up.
Joe, you've experienced me.
I know. And so if I'm telling you it's easy to use, if I'm gonna be your coach, I'll tell you can handle it.
Use are talking about 3D. Use are
Just
talking about
write down
3D
your
printing.
passwords.
I
Just
can't even
write
get me
down your-
Epson printer to work.
There you go, Mark. VPN. Yeah, that's exactly it. Yeah, VPN.
Dan, Harry, I was thinking about you yesterday because I was having a hard time because what happened was I went onto my Instagram account and I'm trying to live stream to multiple accounts and Instagram and Facebook, Herrera's Carrera, because I was live streaming to my Joey Tools, which is my main account, and I got my family members. Oh, haha, and I'm like, this is dumb. Like I should not be streaming this to my personal, or you want to call it, Facebook account. I should be streaming it to the Herrera's Carrera because that's where the community is, and that's where we'll get more views and we'll get more interaction and people can see what's going on. It makes more sense.
Yeah.
So I tried to switch it over, but then Facebook's got their no, we can't do it because your account has to be more active than 60 days. Okay, fine. Actually, the first problem was because I made another profile using Joey Two Wolves, my main account, and I made a secondary profile. It would only stream to Joey Two Wolves. I couldn't stream it to the Herrera's Carrera. So I had to cancel that. And that's what happened last week when I told you guys there's a new account. It's not a scam. I just rebuilt it from scratch. And then so that way it's an actual separate entity.
Oh, yeah.
So now I had to go through all that. I'm like, okay, fine. So now I'm like, okay, so now I got to wait the 60 days. Fine. Yeah. Then it was like Instagram was like, oh, no, we can't stream to Instagram. Yeah. Okay, whatever. So I have to link the account to Instagram. Okay, fine. I got to link the account. Oh, we can't link the account because it's still attached to another account. Okay, now I got to find these accounts, and then I got to go here, and then I got to look, uncancel. I'm like, oh my goodness. I'm like, Harry, I understand. I'm just
you felt like me. But I mean, my latest one is on my second channel, my Radio Control Car channel. It keeps on cutting out the commenting. I posted a video day before yesterday, and it decided to put it as a no comment video. So the video bombed. I had 3 views and no likes. It bombed because they put on it no commenting. And then I didn't know it was for a day or two. And I checked it and I went, it's after doing it again. It keeps on, when I switch, it keeps on somehow going to no comments. It's driving me crazy.
It's going to sound stupid, but so everyone's got their way of doing things. So like every time I was doing it in Facebook, it was still giving me the error. No, you're still connected. You're still connected. It wasn't just about turning it off. It was about going into the account and actually deactivating the account. So I had to find another layer. For YouTube, and I was always looking for that save button. For YouTube, if you don't press save, whatever you do in your account, and you have to hit save.
No, absolutely save. Me and Dan done it together. We actually went into YouTube Studio and set it up. And one time you click in, it goes comments on. Then you click in, it goes comments off. And then it just seems to have a mind of its own. That's for another story. We can look at offline.
Yeah, it might be protecting you for a bit because I remember also Tony Droney's channel was doing that for a while.
Yeah. But now I just have to go in and physically keep on changing it back to comments on. So, and I get it. I get it worked out, but it's just all fun and games. So that's why I'd be amazed at you guys who can do 3D printing and everything when I can't even get an Epson printer.
Well, don't be amazed yet, Harry. The only thing I've done so far is brag.
Dan would be printing figures with 3 heads and 6 arms.
Right? Okay, so here's the question of the day. Question of the day, everybody. How many rounds before Tyson knocks him out? First off, let's ask the question, does anybody think that Tyson is going to lose? Let's ask that question first. Does anybody think Tyson is going to lose? I personally say he bites him. First off, I would say Tyson is not gonna lose. Okay, and my opinion is Tyson is gonna rock him into next week. he's not going to get out of the first round. Have you ever seen Tyson attack somebody? He's
Yeah,
pissed.
he bites their ears off.
Freaking pissed, people. He's mad. Like, remember when he first got out of jail? He's that mad.
He is. He's crazy.
So this is what I think is going to end up happening with that. I don't know. It doesn't seem very fair, and it seems like a cash grab. Once
Isn't there a
again,
huge age difference between Tyson and that other guy he's fighting?
right? But I don't even think it's not even that. It's you would think that Tyson would be at a disadvantage, but in this case, Tyson has a major advantage. Tyson has only lost 6 fights in his life, man. He's fought like 58 times.
Yeah, but he's old now.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
yeah.
you don't forget, muscle memory is a good thing.
Yeah, and he's training. He's still training.
Yeah. He ain't sitting around and doing phony push-ups and pull-ups like homeboy making fun of him, whoever. He's got this big belly hanging out.
And I suppose he's got a huge pride. That alone is worth a certain amount of strength. You know? He won't be happy to let a young punk beat him. So I reckon he'll give a hell of a
I think Tyson's gonna rock him, but that's my opinion. That's my opinion. I think there's gonna be a rock show, if you know what I'm saying.
Well, they have to. I mean, come on, it's Tyson. I would expect nothing less than 5 rounds. I mean,
you think it'll go to 5? Oh, hey, Mike. Thanks for joining us, brother. Yeah, I heard somebody was worried that he's going to end up biting both his ears off.
Yeah, that'll be Mike doing some having a supper, having breakfast.
Well, I think there was a skit with who's he? It's Tyson and whoever he's fighting there. The white kid, and he's he's reading off texts of everyone giving him hell and heck, and he's like, "Oh, I hope he punches your ears out. I hope this." And I'm like, "Who's this guy?" And then it clicked. I'm like, "Oh, you're the competitor. You're the guy fighting Mike Tyson." And it was interesting because it's like they're really, really like they're building it up. And this is just, guys, it's boxing. I mean, come on, like I don't think it's. I don't know. I don't know how much faith I put in boxing as far as it's a betting game, right?
Right.
So, I mean,
yeah, I'm hoping it'll at least be good entertainment.
Thank you.
Yeah, at least it'll be good entertainment.
Oh yeah, for sure.
The hype around it's sure building up hype, man. It seems to be a little bit of everywhere lately. You know what I mean? So, not quite as important as slot cards still, but it's getting there. Boxing is getting close to being as important as slot cards.
Oh, for sure.
Hey, I don't see Jake Paul on this show. Look at us. We're all here. This is slot cards, baby.
I'm here because Jen left the house. So. I'm allowed to be here.
Yeah.
Hurry! I enjoyed your racing this Monday. It was great fun, Joe.
Oh, thanks. Yeah.
Very enjoyable. Yeah. Guys, you got to watch Joe's Monday night racing. Did you say you're not doing it this week?
Yeah, sorry, because I'm actually gone Monday. Unless by a miracle Jen can figure out how to turn on the system herself and won't have a panic attack. Not that she can't do it; it's just she gets nervous with all that stuff, and same thing with Allison.
She's like Irene, man. She doesn't want even to put you in the way of saying, "Did you touch this?
Did you touch my drum set?"
She's like, "Absolutely, I did not. That's why it's not on." Yeah.
No, that's it. No, yeah. So this Monday's off. I'm trying to get Todd to. I mean, he's doing his Friday nights, which is really cool. But we were talking a bit about trying to get like a Monday Madness going on where everyone live streams back to back like a race, on a Monday night. So either before or after our time slot, and then that way, Monday nights are most likely going to be my GRL night. Unfortunately, that's just how I can only see it that way. So Monday Night Madness will be replaced in January by our GRL, which reminds me I have to put in mine and Jen's car entries. I think we're the last 2. There's 1 or 2 guys who are still missing, and then and Yeti Nation, because I have his car that came in with my package from Warren, which is coming next week. So
right on.
There's that that's happening. Could I be so bold, and you can tell me that we don't have to talk about this, and ask a question to you guys and to the chat?
Yeah.
Is
Ooh,
anybody into Bitcoin?
no.
Working on it.
You're working on it.
Well, need the info, right? Learn a little bit as we go.
Okay.
What's going on?
Well, I don't know if you've noticed, but Bitcoin hit. Oh, take care, Slot Craftmaster. Good to see you, buddy.
Thanks for joining us, brother. I appreciate it.
All the best, Craftmaster.
Bitcoin right now, Canadian. Well, I mean, right now it was at there yesterday, and I think it jumped. Is at 120,000 Canadian, and that has to do with the elections.
Yeah.
And I don't know if anybody else is following Bitcoin or has an idea of whatnot. I just wanted to share something with you guys because I know we joke a lot about, I always have some cockamamie. You're printing some now. Sorry about that. That shouldn't even be on. I'm trying to get. I still think that the $1,000 Michael Nemus car is worth it, but I'm not trying to get anybody into a timeshare or nothing. But I just looked at an account that I have that I keep on the side for just like hobby money and play money. Because back in 2017, 2019, I think, when Bitcoin had its first big peak,
Yeah.
or actually, first or second big peak, depending on how you look at it. I got into it and I started mining, and that was pretty much paying for my hobbies and stuff, right? I got in at a good time, and I got into like the tech aspect of it, and then after a while, I just realized that I became a Bitcoin maximalist, and I realized that what Bitcoin represented and what it was all about, and I saw the growth, and I decided to, I play a little bit of a portfolio. I'm going to start getting into the stock market, but I'm not talking about any of that, and I'm not trying to give it financial advice whatsoever. However, with this recent jump, and I always told myself, no matter what you do, always put in money that you can afford to lose, which isn't a lot.
Mhm.
And whenever it goes up, always treat yourself and skim a little bit off the top. Don't just hold it in there, because if you do that, then it's not fun. So
Yeah.
I've been able to skim off the top recently with this jump. And if we know the markets a little bit, Bitcoin went through a halving. And I don't want to start complicating things with people, because especially if you don't know how Bitcoin works and whatnot, but Bitcoin, there's only an infinite amount of Bitcoin that can ever be printed or mined. And it goes through a halving, meaning that whatever will be allocated for that year, that could be mined that year, will be cut in half. So that helps to the value. It's like gold. When you're digging for gold, there's only so much gold that the earth can carry. And then once we dig out most of the gold, then you can't, the value goes up because it's rare, like diamonds, right? But I mean, we know diamonds is a scam, but anyways, whatever. So the same thing's happening with Bitcoin, but the thing is, you can track its progress. So Bitcoin hasn't even hit. It was at 80,000 last year, which was the peak at the halving. So its long-term projections show that it should be doubled by next year. We haven't even hit those projections yet at 100, and so Bitcoin should technically be at a rocket point. Some people predict 100,000. Other people are saying it's going to be 150. Some people are saying it's 160 if you follow the trends. So we haven't even hit that trend. And with the political market right now, especially for the United States, we're looking at again, this is just a prediction, a $200,000 Bitcoin by next year versus 150,000. Okay, I'm talking American, not Canadian. Right, Canadian right now it's 120. So it can only go up from there. Now, my thing is, it would be silly for anybody, and this is my opinion. This is just my opinion. I think it would be silly for anybody not to hold a little bit of Bitcoin. Now, I don't mean go out and buy one Bitcoin at $120,000 Canadian. That's just absolutely ridiculous. Okay, if you have that kind of money, God bless. God bless you. Okay,
Yeah.
I don't have that kind of money, but what I do have is a sense of understanding that market, and I've been correct for the past. Not correct. I'm not saying I make predictions of changes, but every time it goes up, which is like every 3 years, where it really jumps up, and I can dip in and be like, okay, fine. I basically, and I'm going to make a statement here, and I don't want people to be, yeah, the Quadriga. We can talk about that after. I lost money in that. That was a really bad scandal. So what Greg is saying. I'm still getting checks from that, by the way. So that's interesting. There are easy entry levels of Bitcoin to have, because what just came up, and I'll gladly show you guys my portfolio. It's not a lot of money, but it's enough to sustain this hobby and the money that we do spend over the year of this hobby. And I truly do believe that if you, it's as easy as saving $10 a month, $50 a month. It's not a lot, and I truly believe that if now, with the political change, the economy, and the economic growth of Bitcoin itself, and I encourage people to look it up, to how it works, what it's about, and all that. Please, before anything, again, this is not financial advice. I pretty much, my table, my slot cars, everything I've done since I started last year, I'm going to be honest with you guys, is paid. It's paid after what just happened now. And I'm looking at this going, holy shit, I need to tell my friends about this. And this is not a, hey, give me your money, I'm going to invest for you. This is not happening. Like, don't, this, I will never do that. This is not financial advice. This is an opportunity that I think everyone should be at least aware of, and you make your own decision. So if anybody is interested, I was going to start a group, and Dan, we had spoken about this before. Contact me personally on the Discord or through Herrera's Carrera Facebook, and I'll start a group. I'll explain what's going on. I use an app, okay, and it's like, it's going to be especially easy for Canadians, Americans. We have to use like another app where you can just dollar cost average. Don't worry about the price of Bitcoin. My 2 cents would be, and I've spoken to Raul about this. I've spoken to Pete about this, and I'll give you my pitch. I don't care about the value of Bitcoin. If the new president-elect of the United States at this point declares, like he said he would at any point, if he ever declares, like he had mentioned before, that he will back the American dollar to Bitcoin, I don't want anybody losing out. And I don't want anybody spending any money that they don't have to. And I'm not saying buy a Bitcoin. You cannot. I mean, I can't. I'm not saying you can, but I cannot buy $120,000 Bitcoin. It's not going to happen. But you can, because a Bitcoin is like a dollar. It can be divided, right? So a Bitcoin can be divisible into 100 million. So when the day comes that we will be trading Bitcoin with each other, no one's buying slot cars at 1 Bitcoin. It's not going to happen. You'll buy it at 0.32, 0.0000032 millionth, right? Because it's 100 million, right? That's a weird number to get around. But 1 Bitcoin gets divided into 100 million. So this would be point, and they're called Satoshis, like cents, and they're just called Satoshis.
Yeah.
So you would buy this at 32 Satoshis. So what I'm saying, and back in the day, I was saying this today, I even made a video about it back on Facebook. I'm saying at the time, it was about $300, $400 Canadian to buy 1 million Satoshis. Think of it like buying the euro. If you're going on a trip, you go to the EU, you want to go to Italy, you want to go to France, whatever. You want to buy some euros. You wait till the market goes down, and then you buy euros cheap. So that way, when you go to Europe, you have that money. It's the same thing. You'd have like, to buy Bitcoin, so $300-400 gets you 1 million Satoshis. The day that we start trading Bitcoin, kif to actually start purchasing stuff and whatever, you now have $1 million, right? Depending on how the market goes and what the Satoshis are actually worth, dollar to dollar.
Yeah.
But if the new government in the United States right now actually follows through to whatever, save the economy, I'm not here to talk politics, and he backs that presidential elect backs the American dollar to Bitcoin, guys, you want to own Bitcoin. You want to have at least a little bit in your pocket. $50 worth, $10 worth. I don't care. As all you guys are always here, Wednesday nights, Tuesday nights on Marty's, you guys show up to my lives. You guys who are in the Discord, we talk like we're close buds. I would want everybody to prosper. I don't want any of your money. This is not me trying to say whatever. I have a link for an app, right? This is the catch. I have a link for an app that can get you free Bitcoin. I have an app here from Montreal, and this kind of benefits mostly Canadians, because I don't know if the app is liable in the United States. But this app, it's a stupid gimmick. And back in the day, when you go to the app, and as long as you logged in and you shook your phone, they would give you 100 satoshis. It blew. I'm like, this is like $100 a day for free. You just have to sign up for free. Now they dropped it. They dropped it to 50, and now they dropped it to 20. Obviously, every day you shake, they give you a little bit more, and the maximum you can shake is, I think, 100 days, and then you reset. It doesn't matter. It's free freaking Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Free freaking Bitcoin here. Now, you guys might think I'm crazy. I might lose subs, and I hope I'm not destroying this live. I was so excited when I saw, guys. It's nothing. It's nothing. It's not a lot, right? But it's enough for this hobby. And Jen was pretty happy. She's like, okay, great. Like all that credit card. I was like, yeah, whatever I've collected up until now, I got it.
Yeah, nice.
That's not my. This is so weird. Okay. I would never want anybody to miss out on that type of opportunity. And it's like, it's not something that you have to spend time and break your head about and like, oh, I have to do this and I have to trade it at this point. But no, just collect as a little bank account, keep it on your phone, and that's it. We're talking $1,000, $2,000 that I can dip in now and take and be like, hey, no problem. Right?
Yeah.
I have retirement dependent on Bitcoin. I'm gonna tell you guys personally, I have retirement dependent on Bitcoin. I have other assets. I'm not a complete idiot, right? It's not just that, but you got to diverse your portfolio. If anybody is thinking about diversing your portfolio, it's not too late, because I hear it all the time. Everyone's like, oh, it's too late, it's too expensive. Yeah, they were saying that when Bitcoin was at $3,000. I'm kicking myself in the balls right now because at $3,000, I didn't buy one.
I remember hearing it when it was $4,000, man.
Yeah, and then it was 10 cents at one point. Imagine everyone, it's one of the, you'll still be kicking yourself in the butt when you're like, I remember when Bitcoin was at $120,000. That's just the trend. And, these guys make it easy because the ShakePay app that I use has conformed to the Canadian standard. So that means that it's still allowed to operate in Canada. It's actually from Montreal, and I don't trust anything. I don't trust any exchanges. You should never trust any exchanges. But at least I know I can get my money out because they're backed by the same. What was that? They were backed by the same insurances that the banks have.
Oh, yeah.
So because they what I don't like is that the Canadian government can go in and ask for that. So when I pull out money, I have to declare everything I pull out because of taxes and whatnot. But legally, they have to do that to operate in Canada. So that's why a lot of other exchanges moved out of Canada. And I got these notifications last minute saying, we're no longer dealing with Canadians. Pull out your money by this date. And it's like, oh, man. But in a way, that's good because they were like, no, we're not conforming to Canadian laws. The Canadian government cannot come in and just look at our client list and be like, oh, who's not paying taxes?
Yeah.
ShakePay will do that, but technically it's within the law. So like we can get into that nitty gritty later. There are ways of avoiding taxes by going to guichets and ATMs, Bitcoin ATMs, which I'm sure everyone's heard of. Yeah. I'm not going through the chat. I hope I haven't lost. I'm not losing you guys. It's just something that I want to talk about. I was excited about it. And I'd feel like a horrible guy if I didn't at least bring it to the community's attention. And that's it. So that's it. That's my spiel.
Question, Joe. Which app is this?
So this is the ShakePay app.
ShakePay app. Okay, so Ted was wondering the answer to that, and I noticed Mark Buck spends his morning the same way I do. So
nice.
If you can figure out a way to make money off that, I'm in. But what I suggest you would do, Joe, is I think you could probably gather quite a sizable live. I don't know if you would do this on Discord. I would probably do this on YouTube Live, man, and just put out a couple of posts letting people know, and I can post this on my channel and stuff because I'm sure there are tons of people who are interested in this, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's completely a good idea.
Subject, right? Like I get it. Like it's about financial, and I don't would I trust a guy with a beard and whatnot? Like I'm not saying I don't have tons of money. I'm not retired or by any means, and I could have been. I could have been here laughing, been like, guys, I'm off to the islands. But hindsight is 2020, right? I'm not a gambler. So because of that, the fact that I can dip in and be like, guys, we could make this hobby a little bit more affordable. And if you're all willing, to just read up on Bitcoin, man, I'm just telling you, it's not about what other people are saying. It's about what Bitcoin stands for. Mike, yeah, perfect. I'll post it in the Discord in the off topic, and then we'll make our own channel for it because I mean this is slot cars, but because it's like slot cars and how because you're talking about it too, expensive this that it's always expensive. Everything's expensive,
Yeah.
and it's not just slot cars; it's just everyday life, right? So this is the long term. I'm not saying you're going to make returns right off the bat, but if you can wait a year and and if you're already saving, if you got any bit of savings that you're putting aside for whatever, anybody who owns a home or whatnot, if you can even take $10 a month, and then in a year from now just check, see what's going on, because we got 4 years. I don't care about whoever what your opinions are of the actual president elect or whatever. That has nothing to do with it. What the matter is what his platform is and what he's pushing forward.
Right.
So you have a digital currency, the world's first digital currency, that's doing quite well. There is no argument about that. It's self governed. It's doing quite well. It's only rising, and on top of that, you have now a political figure talking about backing it.
Right.
So you've just got all this huge push. We have 4 years. In 4 years, we can come back to this conversation and see how everybody did. Right. I am not at all any means telling you this is financial advice, and I am not by any means telling you should spend even $1 of anything that you cannot afford to lose for whatever reason. Right. Let's be, I want to be totally clear. And if my reputation loses because of this, I'm sorry. It's just because I see the results, and it would kill me not to at least bring it to you guys' attention. And anybody who wants to contact me privately, by all means. And that's it. I'm done.
Well, I don't even think that necessarily, like I said, Joe, I don't think you have to do anything privately. I think you just need to go live and just basically say the same thing you did now, except just add your own flavor to it with some pictures or some graphs or what have you. Like I said, there, as we already seen, there are people in the comment section that would love this. I would certainly show up for it. I will definitely share it to my channel. So you'll definitely have a good show out regardless of everyone. Just get everyone to share it. And that way, anybody who's interested will see it, right? Todd shares it to his channel. Slot Car Daddy shares it to his. I share it to mine. It all depends, of course, whether this is something that you want to put out on your channel. But I
don't think it would be on my I don't think it has to do direct with slot cars. It's just, money and slot cars kind of go hand in hand. So I wouldn't, and nor would I want you to do that for your channel or anything like that. Like I took the opportunity here for this platform just because we've got so many buddies on the live, and I'm like, guys, I got to share this, and I appreciate you allowing me to talk my soapbox.
And it's not a problem, Joe. And we've had a few people who weren't really up on it, but they'll be back next week, and it's not a big deal, right?
Did people drop off? I'm really sorry.
We put out information, bro, and it's up to people to either grasp it and consume it or move on. Right? Yeah. We don't always have something for everyone. I've been doing this for 3 years straight, man. And I can tell you right now, there are lots of people sitting in here. There's 19, 20 people sitting in here right now. And I'll bet you 5 of them are like, I'm not interested in this, but I'm going to hang on and watch anyways, because you never know.
I can't see the viewers, and I was kind of hoping to see, as soon as I started seeing 1, 2, 3 drop, I was going to cut my convo. Guys, I'm really, and I'm not trying to blow like I just paid for everything. It's not.
No, bro. No,
like holy shit. Like, we got to talk about this, because just to dip your fingers, and then you guys can do whatever you want with it, right? Like,
well, absolutely. Yeah, it's up to everyone to do their own thing. That's just the way it is. I like it that you put it out there. Most people wouldn't even have bothered, man. And congratulations on you, and thank you for doing that, man. Because like I said, I do have interest. I know there are lots of other people with interest. Now, what you're talking about the presidential backing it thing, I did hear that 2 days ago. I heard that ringing in my ear somewhere. I can't remember where I heard it in passing, but I definitely heard that. And that piqued my interest again. The first thing I thought of was that conversation with Joe that I never had, right? So let's all have it, because I'm sure you'll have lots of questions. People who are really interested.
Feeling guilty, because we had spoken about this, like in not hush hush, but like, just in passing. Oh, by the way, and then we never get around to it. And I'm like, man, fuck.
Well, something's always happening. There's always something else happening. You know what I mean? Like, darn, like. But this was the perfect opportunity to gather up everybody, and I'm sure you'll have many people there who have lots of questions, man. I know I got a couple questions right now, but
we can continue the show. But again,
absolutely.
So anybody who's on the Discord, hit me up in a private chat, and I'll create something. And then if you want to find me on Well, Herrera's Carrera Gmail or my Facebook page, Herrera's Carrera. Anything message, just and we'll. I'll try to. There's enough. I mean, not even just one person. We'll start a little group chat. We'll figure out what's the best, and we'll.
Okay,
all convene there.
that's 3 people in the comment section. Me makes 4. I'm sure Harry might have some interest in this. 5. No, Harry. So 4, a solid 4 so far, Joe. You makes 5.
Harry,
So,
Harry, forget about what I said. Send me some money. Don't worry, I'll invest it for you.
there you go. You see, Harry's gonna send you the stir sticks.
You guys are welcome. Yeah, it takes stir sticks as payment.
Yeah.
Uh,
Right. So okay. So slot
Anyway.
car wise,
Yeah.
slot car wise, excellent. Thanks, Joe. I appreciate that, brother. Absolutely.
I appreciate you coming having me on. Thanks.
So we have you see, look at this is what I'm talking about. Some of the people will not really want to hear it, but they'll hang in there. Die, thanks, brother.
Appreciate
I understand that you didn't want to really hear it so much, but this is one of the people who hung in there. Well, that portion's done. Wait a second. Where did I go?
You froze, bro.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Dan, but you're frozen.
Thank you, Daniel Thomas.
You're frozen in a
you to
very
say.
artistic way. I like the hands like
All right,
this.
now it's the Joe and Harry show. All right, Harry. I was trying to ask you before, Harry. You got into the talking about Scalextric. You were kind of against Scalextric, and now all you're doing is buying Scalextrics. What happened? Did they get to you?
That's strictly budget. You see, everybody thinks I'm against Scalextrics, but the reason to think that is when I do my reviews on Scalextrics, I might have 20 cars, and if 10 of them are absolute dogs, I throw them in the bin or I throw them in the toilet. But I also say, I love these 6 and I'm going to buy them. But everyone is more interested in the controversial comedy. You know, they're like, oh, look at that, he hates Scalextrics. But realistically, I've had Scalextrics all my life, and now it's budget. Other cars, high end cars, are up in €80 now, and it's €100 a post. And I just think it's crazy expensive, and I don't like a lot of the I can't really pick Carrera because the Carrera Evolution are quite cheap. But I've got all the Carreras I want. I've an M4. I've one of everything. I don't want an M4 and 6 different liveries. But Scalextrics are bringing out your different types of saloons, and I love minis. I love escorts. So it really is a budget thing, Joe. You know, so I'm happy with them, and they run. I mean, as I always say, if you take 4 Scalextrics cars and have 4 guys racing them, your racing is just as much fun as 4 guys racing €90 cars that are highly tuned. It's still great racing.
I'm giving Scale one more chance. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's in this box from Warren because I got boxes of Warren that I've paid for, and I can't ship all at once because Jen, I think, would lose her mind, regardless if they're paid or not. It's this car. It's my last chance because this car. Okay, look at these braids. Man. Like, this is the second set of braid I put in. Did I do something wrong? Like, these braids get destroyed.
The braids do be interesting. Yeah. I mean,
it's a rally car, but it's got like a belly. It's got like my flab in the morning that rubs against the floor.
Yeah.
Like,
I was going to show you some of my braids, but these are actually. I just grabbed one of my Scalextrics, which is one of my newer favorites. The braids on that are fairly okay, you know. But you know, people also have an awful habit of pulling cars backwards. I was watching one of the guys having a live race. It wasn't yourself. During the week, somebody had a race on, and I was noticing there was people pulling the cars backwards on the track. And it's one of the first things I tell visitors: don't pull the car backwards on the track because the braids get bent under, and you see people doing it all the time. And I mean, it's not, people don't know, so you can understand that if they don't understand not to do it, to do it. And I think these ones, maybe once they get bent back like this, it's hard to get them nice and, you know.
Hey, Dan's back. Okay, good.
No, but I do think, in all fairness, I think the Carrera braids do last longer than the Scalextric braids.
It's not even about the lasting. I can't even, like, these. So it comes with 3 sets, which I always found funny, right? Yeah, then like
Yeah.
that. So Scalextric came in, and this is a 1994 world champion, whatever rally car. I had to have it.
Yeah, it's like the
That's
McRae,
when I was
Colin
watching
McRae, or
it,
the other
right?
driver who was team
And
member.
and it's just like the braids have to be bent in a certain way to run well on the Carrera track. We know we have to change out the guides, no
Yeah.
problem. But then
But
it'll run
I
real
mean,
nice. The lights light up.
another
It's
thing that
really
gets
great.
me, Joe,
Analog,
is
everything's flying, and
yeah,
then
but I have
it
so
stops.
many guys who complain about Scale Electrics on their career track, and they need to change the guides now. I've changed no guides on any of my Scale Electrics, and they all run absolutely fine on my track.
I
I
feel
don't
this.
know.
Another issue is that I got sent tires, silicone tires, for the rallies. They
Yeah.
don't fit. It rubs on the top. It's meant for the rally cars, and it's the
Yeah.
is it
Well,
the
that
Honda?
comes down to the tire manufacturer there, really.
From Scalextric. It was a
Oh.
box.
Scale
It
Electrics?
was a Scalextric.
Well, then, well, then they need to do that. Yeah, they need to adjust that if that's happening.
It's like, guys, I want to love Scalextric. I want to buy more scale. I want to support and
Yeah, but I
I
mean, don't forget, I buy the ones I
can't
love. I
endorse
bought
them.
these Formula Ones; they were great. They're very strong. I have the minis. I've had Scale Electrics minis all my life, and I give my minis terrible abuse, and they just come back for more all the time.
Yeah, yeah.
And, you know,
Right.
I have my trucks. I mean, that truck there. I mean, when I made the crash video of that truck, I crashed
Beautiful.
that thing about 50 or 60 times off the edge of the track, down the cliff, onto the floor. And it's absolutely perfect. You know, I mean, if you do that, well, I mean, I wouldn't do it with the Revo slots, but I mean, yeah, there'd be bits, chrome mirrors and chrome bumpers, and you'd be like, oh no, yeah, like the 510. So I like the simplicity sometimes. Now, so I'm not suddenly after throwing into a Scale Electrics fanboy because, as you know, the last post I was throwing some in the toilet. But there was one or two I did particularly like. I like the new Formula One cars. Okay, that they brought out the classic Formula One cars. But I won't buy them because they went up about €8 or €9 in price, and then they're getting from the budget car into competing with cars like Revo Slot, and then I'd go and buy the Revo Slot instead. You know, so at the moment I'm being budget wise because I'm trying to do the crawlers as well, but so I need to say, like, am I going to buy a crawler? Or am I going to buy a couple of slot cars? So I'm watching everything, you know. So it's not so easy. My Bitcoin investment failed miserably, and I've no money now. Bloody Bitcoin.
That's awesome.
Joe, what are you drinking?
It's from your neck of the woods. It's
Bailey's Irish Cream, is it?
Connemara.
Connemara, yeah. I've heard of that stuff before. I've never tasted it because I don't drink, but I'm sure it's a liqueur, is it?
No.
Isn't it? I don't know anything about alcohol. What is it? A whiskey?
Liqueur. Do I look like a guy who drinks liqueur? Don't answer that. There better not be any answers in the chat. Don't answer that.
We have photographs. We have
And I was
photographs.
scared of this because I do not like peated whiskey or peated scotch, but it's a peated single malt Irish whiskey, and
Did
I'm
you say
like
peanut?
peated.
Oh, pieces. Okay. Sorry, you're talking to someone who knows nothing.
It's like dirt. That's what peaty means. It tastes like dirt.
They
And
say, "Oh, okay, perfect, yummy."
and for some reason, this one's actually pretty good. It's nice and light, and it's got a nice bouquet of alcoholic stuff. And
That's got a nice bouquet, but it's not very healthy for me.
but it's an actual product of Ireland, obviously, and it's not Scottish, so it's not Scotch.
Ireland's full of alcohol. Why do you think I left the place?
I like how they crossed out here in Quebec, how they crossed out certain things. So it kind of makes me a little nervous as to what they crossed out in the back.
What the hell they put in it? It's something that's banned, probably.
It's like pure
Mustache
arsenic.
from an Irish woman or something, you know.
It's like, what do they put in? What do they put in Scotch in Ireland? But it's good. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Awesome. Cheers.
I was going back between that and my nice Italian roast espresso. So,
Oh yeah, there you go.
But no, it's interesting, Joe. I know what you're saying. You know, everyone like the Scale Electrics. I had that when I reviewed. I mean, yes, the wheels were wobbly, but it might still run okay. I'm not too fussy. I've never sent a car back no matter what.
There's nothing
it's
wrong.
not worth the hassle of sending a car back. So If
You know,
if
there's
a
nothing
car
wrong with
looks,
getting
I
a
mean, I
car
bought
every once
high
in
end
a while.
cars and the wheels were like this on high
Yeah,
end cars.
so that's what happened to the pink AMG that I got. Okay,
Mm.
that car was just not. Everything was going wrong. The motor busted. I know GST Racing on Discord right now. He's having some issues with two of his motors blowing, and he's
Yeah.
taking chips because of what's going on. So we're trying to sort that out. And I've had cars from Carrera with a bent chassis and chassis,
Yeah,
sorry, axle. And it's like,
yeah,
okay, well,
yeah,
you get that sort of stuff, and that stuff can be fixed and adjusted, and no issue, right? And a motor can be replaced; it's not an issue.
Hmm.
When the basics, like the braids,
Yeah.
yeah.
get all kerfuffled after 2 laps, right?
Well,
And
that's weird after a couple of laps. It shouldn't have gone like that after a
I
couple of
cannot do
laps.
more than 6 laps, and I'm giving this some credit. I cannot do more than 6 laps. I will say 10, where the
Yeah,
car will then stop connecting. The braids will just be so disheveled that they will stop connecting.
Wow.
yeah.
And
Do
I'm
you know,
like,
while you're talking, Dan or Joe, I'm just going to get me one of my Scale Electrics minis, which I have run the hell out of, and I'm just going to have a look at the braids now. So let's see how they look, okay?
And what kind of metal is that, Joe? Just
sorry.
like some cheap
You
metal.
guys, you guys tell me. I don't. Whatever Scale Electrics uses, tin.
Oh,
What is that?
tin. Yeah, maybe it's probably tinned something, tinned aluminum, maybe.
Now
It's not.
there's my mini. I took that out of the box, and I didn't do that with the braids. I took it straight out of the box to show you guys.
Yeah, but those
So
are nice thick braids. I got these thin, skinny, and they don't even. I don't even know how they connect. Like you pop this thing out, and it's like there's no real way to
it's
keep them in there.
unusual
I don't know.
because
Daniel
I
Thomas,
mean,
where are
as
you?
I
Help me
said,
out here.
I've run that a lot, and I mean, the braids are fine on it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just complaining, but
I think that's one thing
No,
I
no, I
always
mean,
liked about the
you're not
Carrera
happy.
cars.
But the only other thing is, you get two. You always get two spare braid
I'm
sets
on my
with the scale,
second.
right?
I'm on my second set.
Yeah,
I
I've
don't
never
even want to
changed.
change it out
I've
for the
never
third one.
changed a set yet. I haven't changed. I haven't had to change one set yet on them. So, I don't know, Joe. I couldn't. I don't know the answer to that now. To be honest
Like,
with you, but
like, look at the system. The system is so weird, right? Like you've got the
I
connection
wonder.
here.
Here's a silly question, and it is a silly question. Would it be anything to do with them braids going over the Carrera switch tracks? Would it be catching in something on the switch tracks that's pulling the braids a little bit? Possibly. I could be totally wrong, but it's just
I think it's more the connected. The
yeah,
if
yeah,
the track isn't smooth, because it seems like it's getting hung up there. But even the way, like, look, this is a clip, right? On
yeah. It
black,
slides in, it clips
right?
in.
It
Yeah,
slides in, and then so you're dependent on this little piece of metal making contact with this piece of metal that doesn't even seem snug.
Right.
yeah.
And I don't know. It's kind of a horrible design. In my
Well,
opinion.
I remember when I did get my first Scale Electrics, I didn't like these braids. I didn't like this style of braid they had,
Yeah,
like what you're showing us. I remember the old Scale Electrics where they're like your classic braid. They had the guide, they had two holes. You shoved the wires into the two holes and they were connected to the braid. The braid got shoved up into the hole from underneath, and then you forced your wire in, and everything was snug. And that's what I had.
I
You
don't know. Let's
know.
see. Maybe I fix. And then it took me forever to figure out how to install these things.
You broke it. Yeah, no, I have to say that I first time I tried to change them, I was like, "What the hell is up with this stupid thing?" I was like pulling it, and going, "What the
Like
hell?"
I was saying, I really like how Carrera has made it really easy for everybody with their.
Yeah, they just plug in. Yeah, that's true. You see, maybe that's the difference. People have got handy with the Carreras, and then when they go to the Scale Electrics, this little slide system, and you have to have the angle just right to slide it in, and it can be interesting. Joe, you look like it's
And now
not
I put
going
away
back
my
in.
tool.
It's not going back in, no.
SWAT Invasion Guide for Skillectrics,
Yeah,
says Todd.
I think I'm
Mhm.
gonna have to do that.
Yeah.
I don't own any Skillectric myself. It's just like I said, you only really have a certain amount of money to dig into a few areas, and I've kind of focused a little bit on Carrera and Revo Slot in case anybody hasn't figured that out yet.
Yeah.
But
How
yeah,
I'm still going on my analog journey. So
yeah, there's still lots out there, right? Like who knows? Maybe Skillectric comes out with something that impresses me, right?
well,
I
I
don't
want
know.
to
You
ask.
want to impress me? Send me free cars. That'll impress me.
Your friends as well.
Oh,
But
well, that's
do
it,
you
right?
understand where I'm coming from? I mean, if I want to get my saloons, I love classic saloons. If I want to get my saloons, what have I got? I've got Scale Electrics. I've got Fly. Now, Fly are very delicate. They're models that someone has put a motor onto. A Fly is almost like a shelf queen. They look fabulous, but they break quite easy if you crash them. And I like to crash. And the chassis are very basic on some of them. So yeah, so they're even cheaper than Scale Electrics in a lot of cases. So you Fly, you Scale Electrics, and then you've Carrera next, say, and then you've got your Revo slots. But the Carrera, they make very few of these type of Ford Escorts and Minis and the stuff I like. So that's why I'm sort of nearly finished collecting Carrera now. So it's either Scale Electrics or a Revo slot, or and even Thunder slot for me. They do a lot of these sports cars, these prototypes and sports, which I'm not really into. So if you're into saloons,
Okay,
you're
well,
looking at
hold on. Okay, well, hold on a sec. Okay,
Hmm.
let's talk about Thunderslot. Okay,
Mm.
um,
By the way, I've never bought one. I'm like Dan Skelly. I've never had a
okay.
Thunder Slap.
So
Because
I was
usually I look at the
never,
price and I don't buy them.
yeah, I was never going. I'm like, okay, Thunderslot. I'm looking. Everyone's freaking out over the Ferrari and whatever. And Marty
Uh-huh.
had it, and I'm like looking at it, going, okay, maybe if I see it in person, because I wasn't really crazy about how it looked, and I know it's a Ferrari, but even
Yeah.
for me who
Yeah.
loves Ferrari, um, I just whatever. And then Raul happened to have one, and I'm like, okay, whatever. I put one on the track, and actually, no, that's not true. That day we were at Ernie's, and this guy was whipping around the track, and I'm like, holy cow, this guy's really fast. And he's like, yeah, and Raul's like, yeah, that's a Thunder slot, and I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. And then
Yeah.
I picked it up because I had to marshal for him, and I'm like, whoa, this is like, it's gonna like disintegrate into the air how thin it was and how light it
Yeah.
was. And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, okay. And then so I started looking at Raul's collection. I'm like, oh, you got some Thunder slots, and I saw one, and I ended up picking up this one.
Yeah. Yeah.
And but let me tell you, Harry, I don't have to yell because the mic's on me. So, but let me tell you, right? And I just saw it because it's a cool color. And now I'm looking,
Oh,
and
that's
Chris, not Chris Patowski, but Chris Freder, always shows his, and he's got the blue and yellow one that I really want now. This is the Lola Mark III, and
Yeah.
these cars. I got lucky because when I bought it, I ended up getting the upgrade kit, the guide, which I highly recommend. This car on a Carrera track flies.
Yeah.
Flies.
But
And
how much are Thunder slots? You're talking 80 something quid here.
yeah, 140 Canadian.
Yeah.
Right? Well, it's probably
See,
less, but
I mean,
The
you
last-
think about it, when I have to put it
But
this
like-
way, if I'm buying a Revo slot at the moment, you're talking €74, something like that in Europe. Now, I've my Revo slot, and I love Revo slots. Don't get me wrong, because I have a couple and I really like them. But I have a Revo slot, and then beside it, I have a Carrera 124 car. The Carrera 124 car is a huge car. I love the 124 scale, the way they slide now, and it's only €10 more. So if you're spending that much, well, then I think when I've gone that far, I might just spend an extra
okay,
€10.
so let's have that
Exactly.
let's have that conversation, right? It's something that the only reason why I picked this up is because I got a chance to try before I got to buy, right?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I would
Yeah.
never buy on a whim. So I understand how it is for me to explain it to you, and everyone's like, "Oh, Thunderslot, Thunderslot, Thunderslot." Until you drive one, you're like, "Ooh, this is above." Now I have some Revo slots. I love.
But who are you going to race it against?
Oh, well, that's why I'm looking for its racing partner for Jen, right?
Yeah, but that's what I mean. So if I went down that road, if I buy one Thunder slot, well, then I have to buy two at the very
I'm
least.
telling you, Harry, it's that enjoyment of how this car feels on the track, and this is my other spiel that I'll definitely go into and try to sell you on, more than Bitcoin. But the feeling of this car and the money that you're getting out of this car, you have to understand a few things. These tires are the softest rubber I've ever experienced. I will never chew these tires. These tires have nice little grooves on them. I like the way they look, and I like the way they feel on my track. I'm a silicone guy.
Nice.
I am not putting silicones on these. These rubber tires will live on this car until they're dead. And then,
well, I mean, as I said, I'm not into sports cars, but if I have to go down the sports car route,
it doesn't matter what you're not. Car drives really well. Just buy it.
No, but if I have to go down the sports car route, I've already got me fill of sports cars from
I don't
Carrera.
even know what class
But
this is. I don't
I
care. I
would
don't
get.
care.
Well, if I'm going to go into sports cars, I will go for the classic Le Mans type car, which is that car.
Yeah.
That's the style. I mean, I know there's a few 124 Carrera cars that are classic Le Mans type cars. I would buy them in the future. But,
The last Thunder slot I was interested in looked like this.
I've had my fill of DTM cars. I don't want them.
No, DTM is strictly. That's why for Scalextric, DTM and AMGs and all that fun stuff. That's Carreras for me. It's done. Those are my rock and ready, full mag. Let's go with the family, and I'm slowly starting to get them into non-mag racing.
Well, the only 132 Carrera I have left to buy is the Gulf 911. And when I buy that, I think my Carrera 132 collection is complete. And of course, I'll wait next year, and I think I'll buy the NASCARs. But I'm not in a hurry to buy them. Actually, guys, just to let you know, and Petey Bow isn't here because he commented on this. The NASCARs are actually available now. They have the sets in Europe. We've been waiting.
Dan, how does it drive? The NASCAR.
Good. Yeah, they're really nice, man. They're super right out of the box. No tire chewing or anything. There's no weird, odd lines down the middle of the tires. You can see there. I haven't trued these yet, and you can see how they're running. They run nice, even dust line across the tire.
There you go.
Okay, so they're nice. You're enjoying them, Dan, yeah? They're nice cars.
Absolutely. Carrera's done a really good job, and if you look at how they've built the chassis, okay, they built it like their older chassis, right? And if you're not sure what I'm talking about, I have the older Porsche, right? Here's the old Porsche, right?
Oh yeah.
Look at.
Interesting.
Look at how close they are. Look at the motor door. Same thing.
Just while we're on the subject, look at the state of those braids on that bottom car, Joe. Look at those braids.
Yeah, that's what they're supposed to look like.
No, they're all like, whoop! You were giving out about the Scalextric braids.
But there's those braids will not lose contact. I can guarantee you that. I have still yet a car to lose contact on Carrera braids. And when you bend Carrera braid, it's like it's stiff. This I don't know what this is. This is like my nose hairs are stiffer than this.
It's right. Stiff.
My beard hairs are. My beard hairs are stiffer. Oh my chassis.
Okay, guys. Before I forget, the new AFX has announced that they'll be coming out with a new F1 car. So if you guys remember, this is what the original F1 cars look like.
Nice.
The stake livery. The new livery will be green and white, and it'll still be stake livery.
Nice.
But the car will look nice, F1 nice, just like this. This is fantastic.
Like this is the one, like similar to the one you said.
Yeah, that's the one, brother. They're going to be. There you go.
Yeah. Cool.
Out of all the HO cars when I was a kid, and anybody who had a set, for some reason the F1s were the ones I was attracted to the most. But you ask me now to buy an F1 for 132 or even 124, with the exception of Michael Nemes, I'm not interested. It's really weird. Yeah. It's really weird.
I actually like the F1s in the no, I do like my 132. I can't lie, but I also like them in the Carrera Go.
Yeah,
the F1 cars in the Carrera Go. Actually, I think I'd like to buy the 4 NASCARs in the Carrera Go. I mean, they're €18 each, so for €100 you get the 4 NASCARs in Carrera Go, just to have a bit of fun on the big track. So there's something I would invest €100 with postage for 4 cars. And okay, but you see where I'm coming from about the Carreras. I like the NASCARs because they're similar to a saloon type body rather than another sports car or another DTM car. So I've had me fill of DTM cars now.
That's a Tyco F1.
Yeah, nice.
And there's the one that came in my set, the International, with 4 F1s.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And now they're using that new body shape, the one like you have, Harry. Show that one.
Show the red one.
The red one. That's starting to look more realistic for today.
Yeah.
Than certainly this one. This one's pretty far This one's getting better, and now the one you have is almost like a dead replica of the real thing.
Yeah, they have the what's it called? This hoop at the front for the drivers and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, they've done a really good job of it.
Yeah.
And of course, coming up, I'll be reviewing the new. Auto World set. Now they have the new chassis out, the AMP chassis, the one with the CAN motor. So me and Robert will be reviewing that. I'm not sure if it's this Friday or next Friday, but it'll be one of those two. So,
Bye,
quite a bit.
Mark had to go 5 a.m. there. I think he's
We'll
saying.
see you, brother. Thanks for joining us again. I appreciate it, man.
Take care, man. Thank you. So hold on, Daniel. Yeah, because I did notice there was something. I'm not folding the braid right, correct? I just got your picture, and I think I understand. I think we have to have a conversation about this. I don't know if I'm going to do this now, but I think the braid has to go wrap around it once. I don't know. Maybe that's why it's coming all disheveled.
There could be a possibility. Yeah, it's worth checking out.
Well, because I remember taking it up and how did they wrap this around? And I'm like, oh, it goes like this. And then Daniel said that he noticed something I did wrong.
Hold on. Let me bend these braids. Are you watching? This is my truck, okay?
Yeah.
So I'm going to get my braids. I'm going to bend them up completely, right? So let me bend them up completely, so you can see what way they are underneath. Now, are yours like? Oh, come on, camera. Are yours? How do you?
By the way, point the braids to the camera.
Are yours like that underneath now?
No, not at all.
Yeah, well, there's something wrong with the way you're putting them. Oh no, yeah, you're putting them on wrong. Whoever said that is dead on. They're not on right.
It was Daniel
Thomas. They're not bent right. If I bend that down now, watch, that's sitting on top of another piece of braid, and now you've got all that connectivity because you've your braid here, you braid underneath that braid, and then it goes. So I think whoever said that is spot on. That it could be your problem.
Yeah, it was Daniel Thomas. So what am I supposed to do with this?
Yeah. Well spotted, Daniel.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Oh yeah, it's supposed to bend over itself like I showed you on that one.
Bend over itself? What?
Well, look, hold on. Let me take one out of this box.
How is it supposed to bend?
Now here, let me see if I can show you this.
Oh, okay. There's only supposed to be. Okay. Yeah.
Now look, there's one that I took out of the box, right?
Okay.
And it's supposed to sit on the car, and when you lift them up, you can see underneath. There still should be braid underneath the braid, if you know what I mean. It's kind of hard to show you properly.
Does it matter what side? I guess it doesn't matter what side. Or so the side with the lip. Okay, so now here's the issue.
That's the side that's against the car.
It's the side flat. With the little lip, the little hub. That's the side that goes against the car. Okay, so I have these on backwards.
And then when you pull this down, the camera isn't focusing here. It doesn't focus close up, unfortunately. But your braid is facing now. Look at that. Your braid is facing forward on your car, right?
Okay.
And then when the braid bends, it should bend up against another piece of braid, which is folded underneath that. It's one of those things you need to see physically. I can't really show it to you on camera. Dan, you've no scale electric, so
no.
You're lost.
And for me, DeLeon, I absolutely agree with what you say here. There's a lot of careers sitting around. Once you discover NSR, Scale Auto, Thunder Slot, Revo Slot, it's really hard to dial back. Maybe that's what my Scalextric problem is. Once I've focused.
And another thing, Dan, is if a guy, I don't think you're a club racer, but if guys are club racers and the club is racing Revo slots or the club is racing Thunder slots, well, then you gotta have Thunder slots and you gotta have Revo slots.
If they're racing Scalies, then so are you, and you will have Scalies too. Yeah.
So I mean, I've got my home racing. So for me, even though I don't love my DTM cars, it's perfect. Like similar to what Joe said, leave the magnets in, let the family have a great time, and just race them. Don't be worried about exactly how they handle, because it's a family race. But a club racer, you got to get the best car available, and you got to keep up with the Joneses.
Right.
So it's
Okay, I'm gonna.
But it's interesting about the braids, Joe, and I think well spotted, Daniel. I think Daniel spotted that. I didn't notice that at all. So
Yeah, good eye, Daniel.
now you have to say actually Scale Electrics are okay.
Good eye. That's why I like this community, man. Is like
Yeah,
people just spot things, and that's
yeah,
fantastic.
yeah.
How
Where's
longer
Greg?
would you be
Where's Greg?
racing around with
124.
like seriously, how long would you be racing around with that if Daniel didn't notice that today?
And
Right
then the
away.
other thing is, we're looking at a
No, for
guy
sure.
who's drinking strong Irish alcohol, trying to put a braid on a car.
Yeah, I heard Bobcat has them available. Personally, I wait for I like to I'm Canadian and I like to shop Canadian, and I actually like to shop local, and I mean very local. Paul Gage is like literally 10 minutes away from my house in
Yeah, that's
Winnipeg. So
amazing.
yeah,
I'd
so
be,
I
I'd
like
be
when I say
dropping
I
down
like
to
to
you every
shop
couple of
local, I
days.
actually mean it. So I know Bobcat's good and everything, but they're urethane tires, and so are Paul Gage. So if it means Paul Gage is going to take 3 or 4 more days to get them, I understand. I know why Bobcat has them already, because when Dave got them from Carrera to review them, he sent them to the Bobcat guy to have them made right away. So that sped up the urethane tires on the Bobcat end of things by about a week. So that put them almost 2 weeks ahead of what Paul Gage can do, because Paul Gage has to buy them, he has to get them, then he has to mold them. Whereas Bobcat got them from Dave, and Dave sent them
Right.
out to whoever, and they immediately molded them right away. Well, that's a huge advantage. And that's all great. And I completely understand that. That's perfect. That's absolutely awesome for the community. But like I said, I like to keep it local if I can, as much as possible. Plus, Paul Gage has always been good to me, and I really like his products. So sometimes you just go with what you know, and that's pretty much where it is here. And check this guy out. Hey, Pat Slott's in the house. Thanks for joining us, Pat. Awesome,
Hey,
brother.
Pat, how
Hi,
you doing,
Pat,
man?
welcome along.
Hey, cool. Right on, man. Glad you made it. I know it's probably pretty late for you, so
Yeah, we have to extend the show now that Pat's in.
definitely
Look,
appreciate that. We're about to leave.
Joe,
We got to do a whole nother hour just for that.
listen, we could all just sit here and look at Joe losing his marbles trying to
I'm
connect
about
his
to throw this across the room. It's worse now than it was before.
It's worse now than it was before.
Like,
Pat, just to
you
let you
have
know,
to
I
have
don't know how long you're here,
fingers,
but
you have to have
Joe's having
skinny fingers to deal with Scale Electric. Like this,
The
I'm about.
Yeah.
champions are all here. Well, they are now that you are, Pat. We're all here now, brother. Woo!
Joe, if you think you find that awkward connection, you imagine my big awkward fat fingers trying to put one of those braid systems on my
Oh my gosh,
Scale
eh?
Electrics. It's like stupid thing. But as I said, luckily I've never had to change them yet, so
I still did it wrong. I don't care. I'm done. Whatever.
you've done, yeah. Get Jennifer to do it. She's
It's a
perfect.
shelf queen. No, I will not have my wife
Jennifer
out,
to do it. Get
out tune
Jennifer.
me. Thank you. I will not have my wife out tune me because you know she will.
I
Forget
will
it.
outrace you, out-tune you. You can't have that. It's all practice, brother. It's all practice.
Yeah. For what?
Yeah, right.
Oh my goodness.
Holy.
Fair play to you, Pat, dropping in. Good man.
Yeah.
What time?
Pat's
What
going-
time
Pat's
over there at
going-
the moment?
Pat's going full wood routed, right? I heard.
Yeah, excellent news. I can't wait to see. I was asking him, is he going to put scenery on it, and what's it going to be like? I think it's a 4-lane track, is it? Maybe I'm wrong.
Carlo, we did a really cool interview with Carlo and Carlos, sorry, from Cyberg, and he's making his own 2x4s. No, 4 feet by 6 feet. Little, you can put them under your shoulder, walk around wood tracks.
Yeah.
Like
it's
I think
it's like modular. Is it like modular? You just connect it all
you
up
could make it
together?
modular, but he just wanted to do these little one-time, like, okay, I'm going to start with this, and then like make hills and mountains, and like just switch out the track after. Because the one thing about wood track is that once it's routed and set, you're done. But if you made it modular, you could build pieces yourself, and I was surprised at how easy it is.
Yeah.
There you go.
How easy it is to build a wood routed slot track.
Yeah.
Super easy, bro. And I have a video about making this particular track right here. It's a 3-lane drag strip. Copper tape right here.
You know what, Dan? I might Jen's gonna kill me, but I could build a drag strip from here to the track.
Put a hole in the wall.
Yeah.
It's still a roof.
I have tons of videos, me making this, me staging, me driving cars on this. Absolutely fantastic. And literally to make a drag strip, all I used was a finishing cutting blade for my skill saw. I didn't even use a router, bro. I just used a finishing blade for a skill saw. It's super narrow.
Absolutely.
Because I didn't have to do a corner. All I need is a nice straight cut.
Yeah, nice straight, yeah.
But if you have a router and you have particle board, OSB, you can do whatever you want. It's literally that simple. And because it's only analog, it's only a hot and a cold. You hook that up with you hook it up to the copper tape with alligator clips. And I know I've seen some people do some tricky stuff, but keep it simple. Just use alligator clips. Clip, and you got you. What you do is you wrap the tape over the edge, right, and then you catch it with the alligator clip.
Oh,
Genius.
Speaking of power supply, I finally got all my pieces in, and the modules at work. But I wanted to show you guys the module that I got, and anyways, that'll be for another video.
And it's, Pat was saying it is a 4-lane track, and it needs a bit of work. So we look forward to seeing you doing that, Pat. That's going to be amazing.
Yeah, front to back, the front to back builds. Oh, I love them, man. Love them.
And listen, we also got Patrick Langer dropped into the post. We didn't say welcome to Patrick. And Lord X Dow.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Yeah, so
thanks for joining us, Patrick. Fantastic. I like the video on slot invasion, rear axle. Yeah. Was that the one that I made? I know there's a few people did. I definitely did a rear axle DTM hop-up kit. That was the one I sent to Harry.
Yeah, I'm going to do one
of them.
Who was
that? Am I subscribed to his channel? Can you pop that back up again? Who was it?
That was Lord
Shadow?
Zato?
Mm-hmm. X Dow.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, let me go check. Something just fell in my house.
Do you know what I have to say, guys? There's so much content out there now. I was away for a couple of days traveling to Reganau, and there's so much stuff to catch. Even one day away from YouTube, and there's a ton of posts to catch up on. It's unbelievable the amount of content coming out now.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier too. When I first started 3 years ago, there was like only a handful of people. Only a handful. And I can tell you right now, half of that handful are gone. And 5 more handfuls have showed up.
Yeah, it's brilliant. It's great.
Yeah.
So sometimes you really got to apologize. You're missing people's posts. If your notifications get cleared, you've lost where someone might have posted something. Sometimes I've come across somebody's post from 2 weeks ago, and I'm like, "Oh, I missed that." You know,
it's come to the point now where at least I will do my best, especially now that it's crunch time, right? So like we have the summer, which is everyone's out, everyone's about spending family time, doing what you got to do. You got to enjoy the sun as much as you can. Then fall comes around. We have our dog training, we have the hunting, and then now winter comes in. So now I'm catching up with everybody's stuff. I try to at least, at the very least, if I see you got a video, if I don't comment, I apologize, but at least I'm giving that like. Yeah, and that's the best way we can support our community. Just go in, even if you're like, I'll watch this later. Click the watch later. Hit that like button.
Yeah. A lot of people don't realize that you're not offending anybody if you want to watch a show. Say you miss Marty's show, you can go and watch it later. Put it on 2x speed. You'll still hear what Marty's saying, but you'll watch a 1 hour show in 15, 20 minutes, whatever, depending on the speed. So if I want to watch something, if I have a lot of posts to catch up on, I increase the speed. I'm still watching the guy's full post. I haven't missed that, and they said. You're not offending anybody, and the important thing is you give them that like Joe said, give them that like.
For most people's videos, you could speed them up to 1.5 and it barely makes a difference. And it helps you get through the video. It helps you see more of the video quicker. And it allows you to be able to give that creator full time to the video. Because the worst thing for a creator is you come into a 9-minute video and you watch the first 30 seconds and leave. That is a creator killer. And when it comes to average view from that creator, what you do is you tank the video. You completely tank the video because very few people actually watch the whole video. Most will watch 3/4 or they'll watch half and then skip through. Like if you do a review, you do some tuning, the people will watch the tuning, then they'll skip the in between and they'll go right to the run on the track kind of thing, right? If you speed it up to 1.5, you see all of that. You miss absolutely nothing. You can still understand everything, and the creator gets, most importantly, full watch time, which is so important. So
Or you
Um,
agree and just listen to it while
Greg
you work.
was asking. Greg was asking,
Oh.
how do you increase? Greg
How do
wants
you
to know how to
increase
increase
speed?
the speed.
Okay,
It's very
so
easy, Greg.
you're watching the show right now, Greg. So if you look at the bottom of the screen, you'll have the option. It'll be your settings button, the little mechanical thing. When
Or
you
the
click
top on
on
your
that,
mobile phone, it's on the top of the screen if you're on a mobile.
yeah. When you click on that, it'll bring up the list of how fast you want the video to run. And for myself, tomorrow I'll watch this at 2 times. Just quickly, just a quick glance over. I'll have it playing in the background. Just because I know on when I post these to Facebook, some of the guys have been getting a little choked because I like to fucking swear every once in a while, so they won't post my videos on Facebook. So I let them now know, hey, I said the word fuck 3 times. Fuck, fuck, fuck. So you're not going to want to use this video on YouTube. So then I just passed it over. I don't post
YouTube
it
or Facebook?
on Facebook. Pardon me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
You
then
have to
I
say
just,
you have to say the Irish word, which is feck.
well, you see, I wasn't actually saying the word that everyone gets choked at. I was actually describing seals.
They fuck. Yeah, in French, they fuck.
Right, right. I was only describing the 3 seals that I had seen earlier. I wasn't swearing, and if I swear at you, you'll know it because there'll definitely be a tone change.
A lot of seals in Winnipeg there then?
Yeah, a lot of tons of seals in Winnipeg. Oh my gosh. Dang. Yeah.
Oh, it's hard enough to understand Harry on normal speed, so I stuck to
Uh,
normal speed and watched it all.
Imagine that, right?
Did you see Pat's comment? It's very good.
Good stuff.
If you like talk like that, you can talk really quick, like, you know, and you won't have a clue what I'm talking about.
That's right. Yeah. What else was there? Let me see. I just seen something else here. Is that like the Beetlejuice thing? Yeah, saying it 3 times. Yeah, right. And then I appear. Duke. Oh shit! Someone put him back in the bottle.
That was my favorite skit from Ted. Did you see that when they're in the courthouse and Ted is being prosecuted for whatever, I forget, and he's going Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, and then Mark Wahlberg's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, he can come out, he can come help us with this stuff. He's really good. He's like, you don't know how to mess with with powers you don't understand. He's like, you don't do that. He's like, don't do it. It's like completely stupid.
Yeah, thanks. I've been doing this for a long time now, Ted and Todd, and I like to give out as much information as I can. What I do find though is most people don't take the time to even learn a little bit about how Creator Studio works. So the information that I give is just stuff that I've found over the 3 years of going live almost every single Monday forever. But the things that I find people can share very easily. Just hints like when you get to 1,000, I can show you how to make money. Everyone says, "Oh, you're never gonna make money on YouTube." Blah blah blah. Well, you know what? Those people never tried. Never tried. After my first year, I was making $100 a month. As soon as I was monetized, $100 a month, guys.
For
doing nothing.
Man, but you were also selling your feet pictures on Facebook. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
Naked photographs. You have to stop.
Hey, that.
He was trying to tell us about it today. He was making photos in the shower today when his printer got delivered. He already told us about that.
Damn it! They interrupted me. They interrupted
is that how
me.
you're getting around customs? Then you're showing at the door, be like, I was in the shower, totally like butt naked. Like, give me my
That's
book.
right.
Guys, like, screw
Yeah,
the
yeah.
customs. I'll pay it
And
myself.
the postman looks down and goes, "Oh, you're happy to see me."
Yeah. Yeah, more like it's canceled.
We had a good. Mike's leaving the chat. Mike, have a great night. No problem. We'll keep in touch.
Hey, listen, I just want to say, I just want to
Leon.
say something.
Yeah.
Who's going? Sorry, who's going? Who's leaving us?
Mike just left. He's saying good night to everybody.
Mike. Okay, thanks very much for being here. Have a great rest.
What was the claymation movie where the puppets swore through the whole entire movie? Are you thinking about the? Are you talking about the marionette puppets or the actual claymation?
And
that was America. That was the same guys who did South Park, and they did the marionettes. Is that what you're talking about, De Leon? Can I call you De Leon? Because it's very French.
Team America, one of the guys says.
Team America.
Oh, yeah. World Police or something. Team America.
Yeah, World Police.
That was Todd said that. Yeah.
That was bad. That was a good bad movie.
Yeah, no kidding, eh? All right. What do we got here?
There's one post I watched and I really enjoyed it, and I want to say to people you should watch it. And don't bring anything else into it. I'm just recommending to watch it, and I don't want anyone saying any shit. But Shane from Hugh Schlockhart done a great video of the guys, the Australian guys meeting, and he went to Pat's place, and it's amazing. Pat, your place is amazing, and you can see Pat's place where he lives, and he went to Bonza's, and he went to Dick's place. It's fantastic. So give it a watch. I'm not saying any more, but give it a watch. It's really interesting. And to see the guys in Australia, it's just amazing community there as well. Give it a watch.
So, Lord, did you buy, you bought the Axle box or something like that, a switch box from your digital to analog? We are big fans of Alex Duncan here from Axlebox. Once again, he's Canadian, we're Canadian. I always pump Canadian, in case you haven't figured it out yet. I will probably be the biggest thing you ever hear about Canadian on YouTube. I push Canada like Canada was the only nation out there.
But the Canadians really say
A. We sure do, eh? Yeah.
Eh?
It's our placeholder word.
It's not as much in Quebec, but I remember as a kid coming from an Italian family, it was very weird.
In Quebec, it's we. No,
it's le. Lolo.
We.
Yeah, we, yes.
Or tse. You like my tse?
Yeah.
There's always a. It's funny.
Okay, so Team America looks good. No.
Who's the hoser? Who's the hoser?
Hoser? Oh, could be anybody. I have the digital hub and the separate analog hub. Oh, okay. So you just have the CU from each one. You have the digital CU, and from another set you have the analog CU. So when you're ready, and if you want to, I would get a hold of Alex from Axlebox. Let him know Slot Valley Racing sent you, and he'll hook you up with exactly what you need. I did a whole thing about it. Alex has been on my show. I stand behind the Axlebox 100%. In fact, I even stand on the table in front of it. I'm just, he's done a really great job. He's kept the price down, which is, to me, price point, always price point, especially when you're Canadian. And the best part is you're buying from a Canadian person. And he's a cool guy. He's a family man. He does all of his work out of his own garage. This kind of thing, the kind of people we like to support here on my channel anyways, or at least in the Canadian slot car community. We like to push our own because, the Americans have all the Americans to push all their stuff. And who would be left if the Canadians didn't help push the Canadians a little bit? We'd disappear underneath all the Trump stuff. So
I have to say, there's a load of you guys, Canadian guys, on YouTube. There's such a big community, isn't there? Really?
No.
A lot of Canadian guys.
Most I could tell you
Oh,
right
we're
now,
pretty good.
most of the slot car community in Canada is centralized around the Toronto area, and everywhere else there's speckles here and there. I've found one other person who races in Winnipeg. That's it. And I know of Alex in
What about that?
Alberta.
What about that massive track? Isn't that in Winnipeg? They got that guy on Facebook. He's got that massive track, the Carrera track, 4-lane. It's like twice the size of
Oh,
mine.
that's his dad, I think. From where? From where though?
It's a club. I thought it was in Winnipeg.
No.
The next time I find it, I'm gonna send it to you. It's like it's something that's like, oh, we gotta do a trip. I mean, there's Warren, there's me, there's Raul, there's MP Slot Car, there's you. I mean, on the Discord, we got a bunch of Canadians on the Discord, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, you're right, Pat. We should all be proud of our own brands. You know what I mean? And I don't like country wise, and I don't mean like, oh, we're gonna fight the Americans. I just mean like it's nice to be like. There's so many people who just couldn't care about their country, and I can tell you right now, I am not one of those people. I care about my country. My wife is in the army. We fly the Canadian flag outside of our house. Ain't gonna get much Canadian than that, really. I do, there's a maple tree somewhere down the block, and I do Canadian things, eh?
Yeah, so. Hey, we got to support just like nice people, right? Like if you get a good service anywhere, then you stick with that service. There's Billy and Amanda; they're Canadian too.
Billy and Amanda, yeah, always push their brand too. I'm always pushing Billy and Amanda and Warren. Always.
That's what I was saying about the YouTube community. You've got yourself, you've got Joe, you've got Warren, you've got Rahul. There's loads of guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I put these on especially for Pat. Pat was saying I'm wearing my bikey gear, so I just thought I'd put my
by the way, can I do some promotion for Warren?
Sure.
If you guys punch in right now, IRR10, that's the first 3 letters of Herrera, from Warren at lighttechslots.ca. IRR10 gets you 10% at Warren's Light Talk. I keep calling it Warren's, but it's lighttechslots.ca on his website. I know he's revamping it. If there's something that you want and you don't see it on his site, you can just call him up, send him an email. Warren has so much stuff that he has still yet, and I'm calling him out for this. He has so many. He's in the States right now trying to get us deals.
Do it.
He's got a lot of stuff. So if there's something specific you're looking for, Warren can get it. It's pretty scary how he can get it.
Do it.
So do it. Exactly. IRR 10%.
Warren's got brand new NSRs for $80. Don't forget that, guys.
Yeah. I got my first NSR because of him.
Yeah.
Is that $80 Canadian?
$80 Canadian. That is correct.
Yeah. Flat.
Because they're blems. They're blems.
Oh yeah. I wish I could get
because the number 2 was printed upside down.
Right. And
I absolutely look like cars like that over here, but
the one that I bought from him, the Martini Corvette. Right? $80.
Daniel.
And what was wrong with it? The base plate it was sitting on didn't have the label for the car.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I was almost going to buy that car. I almost bought that car. But then I found out it was a Corvette. So I said, some other sucker can buy it.
I like how you threw that in there.
That livery is beautiful.
I love
that livery is a perfect, in my opinion, almost perfect Martini livery. I love that.
It's very sleek.
Yeah, and I've yet to find a Martini livery that has the right amount of colors to make it look not as tacky as some of the Martini liveries, which I want a Martini livery car. And that's what I wanted to ask the chat. So I have an MR slot car, and I know MR slot car and Slotted are kind of like, not sister companies, but like, share parts. Does anybody have any experience on, beautiful car, a Slotted driving the same or any different than an MR slot car?
They're exactly the same. His name's escaping me right now. Ernie, pardon me. Yes, Ernie. Ernie just tweaks them. That's all Ernie does. Basically, it's a Slotted, and then he's got his own. He's got his own cover made for it. But but he tweaks them. He does something to make them his own, but otherwise it's just a slotted. It's just a slotted car.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe Raul could say something different, but I think I'm close to being right. At least I know it's a slotted chassis.
Yeah,
And
I've heard the same thing, but I've heard that they're tuned a little different. So
yeah,
I'm like,
right.
I just want to slot it Ferrari signed by Maurizio Ferrari. I just think that would be the coolest thing ever.
Oh,
personally.
wouldn't it? Wouldn't
Right.
it for sure? Right. And you could probably get that done if you order it
I think
through.
I'm just gonna call him. I got family in Italy. I'd be like, yo, just head down, slot it. Tell him Joe sent you. He'll know who I am. Yeah, right. Right. I'm probably gonna kick
Yeah.
off the slot.
I still haven't got a slotted car. I haven't got a Thunder slot. I haven't got an NSR. I mean, there's a lot of these cars I haven't got, and they're the ones you're saying, Joe. The chassis are amazing. You can tune them, and they're really quick. So, I mean, eventually I'll decide to buy a couple of
Every
these
car has its like
That's nice. That's
difference, right? So, like for me, the MR slot cars are going to be always special because that was my first analog car.
Yeah.
It was one of the first cars that was gifted to me.
Yeah,
I had
so it has a
Porsche,
special
the Dan
place,
showed,
yeah.
but in the Jägermeister, so it was my first Jägermeister livery. I got the Marlboro, which the McLaren, and
Yeah.
I have the Shadow, which
Mhm.
runs fantastic. And what I was going to get to, slightly mad. Your comment was hilarious, by the way. And what I was going to get to about the Thunder slot is that Raul came with his Thunder slot last time, and he was just like lapping me. And I'm like, how is your car lapping me? We have the same freaking car. And he's like, no, he goes, I added weight to mine. And that's when everything started clicking. And Daniel Thomas has also been a really good help because we had some really good conversations, and even on the Discord and whatnot, to help me understand and get around what adding weight actually does.
Mhm.
And fishtailing is fine and it's fun, and once you get the corners and the cars are sliding, but once you get over that, you want your cars to pick up more speed, and you want that weight distribution, and that's something that I don't even want to pretend to know about. But just seeing Raul's car having that extra weight, it was the same exact car, same chassis, same livery, same guide, except he had weight in his.
Yeah.
And it was pretty
Yeah.
awesome to see that.
And
To be like,
with the weight,
adding weight makes sense because you get more grip, so it makes you faster, even though the car is not as light.
Also
And there's
stops the
balancing,
car
right?
from
There's the fun,
driving
there's
out of the
speed.
slot too.
Yeah. There's that too.
You can have fun doing weight because you can do a lot of experimentation. You can have weights like 60-40 and the different ratios of how much you have in the back, and do you have it behind the rear axle or in front of the rear axle, and you can have great fun with that. Yeah.
This is a very good statement here. He loves his slot cars. They're better than others. Some cars are built to race, not to crash, right? Bodies can be very thin. And for instance, Revo slots, there's a reason why they don't digitize these, because they are completely not made to be ramming into each other.
But Warren
I won't be
has
crashing
a bunch of crazies that chip their Revo slots and they race them all.
race the hell
And
out
I'm
of
like,
them. Yeah.
what is going on? Like,
And then they light them up so it looks like an explosion when they hit.
well, that's it. Like, this is pretty decent. Like the Thunder slot's pretty. I mean, it's light. It's light. I won't like it will not survive a crash off the table. That's for sure. And, I mean, even Carrera cars don't survive table falls, right? Like, you're definitely getting something cracked.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I mean they're quite hard bodies, but they will crack when you give them a good whack.
oh yeah, they just have to twist the wrong way. But I mean, especially if you've got that body float and then all that energy just like snaps out. Forget about it.
Yeah.
But I'm going to continue with my way of testing cars with doing the crash tests. But like Dan said, I won't be abusing things like Revo slots. I might do a couple of slow rollovers, but I definitely won't be plowing them into things big time.
Right. And the only cars that are made to take a really good driving into is the Carreras. That's it.
Yeah.
Nobody
And the
else.
Scale Electrics, you can fairly do that with the saloon cars from the Scale Electric.
That's right.
Daniel Thomas. Yeah. So these are the two cars that I saw on the shelf when I first popped into Ernie's, and I own both of them now. This car is just beautiful. I mean, the camera is not doing it justice. It's one of the reds that just it pops. It's not too dark. It's not too pink. It just.
And that's the McLaren?
Yeah. I mean, on my red shirt, it disappears, but but this is one of the most beautiful liveries I've seen, and the McLaren just looks so nice.
Here's the NSR version of the McLaren 720.
There you go.
Full suspension.
Huge difference with a livery. The amount of difference just a livery makes to a car.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
and
does.
what's cool about these cars, if you manage to get one, the first cars Ernie was giving out, I got to take the magnet out of this one. It came with a plastic chassis, hard plastic, a red chassis. Sorry, I had one too many Irish scotches. Motor pod. You can pop out
Yeah.
the motor pod for a plastic motor
Yeah.
pod, and it came with
Yeah,
it.
and you could also make it a angle winder or a sidewinder as opposed to an angle winder.
Oh, is that what that's for? Okay, I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
I thought it was just different.
But and I'll throw it out there. Anybody who's interested, I am selling this for $100 Canadian. So it's brand new. It's never been run. $100 Canadian.
There we are now.
I'll think about it.
Yeah. So to anybody who's interested.
I got a running mate. I got a running mate now for this guy. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, it could be. It could be, bro. Puff, puff, pass. That's awesome. Yeah, there you go. All right, guys. Well, we've had a pretty good night tonight. We're now on hour 220. Oh my gosh. Yo, everybody, great show, man. I tell you what, when the night flies by like that and the hours just disappear, you know you had a good night. So
yeah, well, I mean, I kind of tested everybody with I appreciate you letting me give my little rant there. So
once again, it was probably Joe. And of course, we're gonna blame Joe for that dip of 5 people somewhere around the hour and a half mark. But in the end, he did a good job because he picked it all back up again and scraped the pieces off. We pushed those people over the edge, and more people came in. So
there you go.
We want to thank everybody for showing up tonight, guys. Absolutely fantastic. This community is
no, I just want to say tomorrow Shenanigans is on tomorrow at 4:30 because they did a switch. They jumped a week.
Yeah,
and you might have maybe there's somebody who's going to be on there tomorrow.
Who could that be?
Santa Claus.
Yeah, Santa Claus.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Yeah, well, we'll be watching Shenanigans tomorrow, as always. Hey guys, just to say, it's 4:26 here a.m. in Latvia.
Harry's not even asleep tonight.
I'm dedicated to this show.
So
cheers, Harry. Cheers to everybody. Thank you.
Let's all cheers, Harry, and thank him for being here. It's umpteen.
I love it. I wouldn't be anywhere else. It's great.
I'd like to thank all of our people in the chat. We thank you, and we understand that there are some of you who are here very, very late. And
thank you, Daniel.
I want everyone to know that we thank you guys very, very much, and we do appreciate it. So to the Pats, to the slightly Mads, to the Daniel Thomases, and to, I'm sorry if I forgot anybody. Those are just the 3 people off the top of my head. We thank you guys. And let's not forget
to our friend Bo, who said, "I've had enough of this shit," and left.
Right. So and let's not forget Harry. So guys, I personally thank you, and I don't want to keep tripping over this all night. Harry, any last words?
Thank you, everyone. I really enjoyed the show. Great fun.
Awesome. Joe, any last words, brother?
Guys, no, just thank you, and always appreciate it, and we'll see you around.
Awesome. And for myself, I want to thank Harry once again for being my co-host, and I want to thank Joe for joining us tonight. Joe, thanks, brother. I absolutely appreciate it. As usual, you're more than welcome anytime you'd like.
Anytime.
Maybe next time we'll talk a little bit about the Bitcoin and move on.
It's up to you, man. It's your show.
I'm just screwing with you, brother. I don't mind. It doesn't. You know what? It doesn't even matter because, like I said, people come and they go, and that's what happens.
I had it written down, and I'm like, not written down. Like, maybe I should write this down so keep it straight. I know I can deviate, and I don't want to come across as someone to be like, oh, if you had this, it's just like you don't understand how good I felt about it, and I just wanted to share it with everybody. That's
right.
All.
Good, and I appreciate that. Thank you, brother, and thank you, and everybody. Have a good night, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.